Oh, but they're so
Oh my
hilariously
god, they're so
terrible.
horrible. They're great.
Lucky Red here. I'm joined by my boy Indigo151
Hey, how's it going? I am
and
also known as Nettled Blue.
Nettled Blue. Nettled Blue. And Overwatch will be essentially a background because, man, we got some anime shit to talk about. Because welcome to The Dump, our talk where we just kind of like discuss and bring up shit that either bugs us or we just want to talk about. Honestly,
In my
actually,
case, it's always both.
that's also very true. I also I did want to say I did want to before we like get into it wanted to pitch. I thought a cool thing we could do for the dump this week would be if you, me, and someone else went back and watched Infinity War and Endgame. Now that we're like a year out from Endgame, and given
That ain't a terrible idea.
a fresh like what we think of it now.
Quarantine watch. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's start off. So we wanted to bitch about something. Then we'll probably like keep bitching about stuff and talk about some of the new shows we're watching. Cause I also started a new anime and it's been very good.
Oh.
Which was Magi,
Oh ho ho.
and I'm 6 episodes in, and though I don't have a lot to say about it because I'm not nowhere near done because it's 2 seasons and I'm not even done with the first one. Actually, there's technically 3 seasons because there's one spin-off, but I heard the spin-off's not great.
Oh yeah, Sinbad.
Yeah. But
I always forget that it exists.
yeah, most people do. But what I've watched so far, very good. I love the characters. I can't wait to keep watching. It feels very much like Seven Deadly Sins meets Hunter x Hunter.
Also, like, Middle Eastern background. Something we don't get a lot in anime.
Yeah.
Got a
That-
very unique tone in that way. The background
Oh.
normally it's just
Hold on,
generic.
hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Let's see if I can get this picked up. No, that's wrong button. Hey, Tay.
Hey, what's up? I'm on Animal Crossing. Why? What's up?
Well, we're technically streaming the dump right now. We wonder if you want to be a part of it.
Sure, that's fine. Let me turn on my PS4. I'm playing Animal Crossing, but I'll jump into the chat.
Oh, I'm not
Okay.
even playing anything.
Yeah, Isaac's not playing anything, so sounds good.
Okay, I'll be there.
Alright, bye.
We'll hold off. We'll talk about
There you go.
Maggie. I don't know how you want to call it.
Magi is how they say it. So I don't know if it's what's right, but that's what the English says, because I do watch it in English.
Fair enough. I did not watch it in English because I don't believe it had an English at the time.
I don't think
'Cause
so.
I watched it way back in 2012? 2013? Oh, let me go ahead and invite him. I made this chat private.
Yeah.
But
But
that
yeah.
is-
The English is it's all on Netflix, which makes it very easy to find. And
now it should be on Funimation because it was an Aniplex property.
and that's how I'm watching it.
Go.
Hey,
Did you
what's
guys
up?
see so did you see the title update from Monster Hunter just dropped? Or it's
The
like
title update?
title update 3.
Yeah, Furious Rajang
Oh,
and
the new-
Raging Brachydios.
Yeah, the new Angry Boys. Yeah. That's what's up.
Oh boy, I
Angry
can't wait to do both those things, because, yeah, that won't bring back terrible memories of Monster Hunter 4.
I mean, I won't actually be able to. I uninstalled the game because I have very little to do in it that I want to. Anyway, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll be back in it eventually. I'm probably gonna wait till the Asterfest starts to jump back in, to be honest though.
That's
5
fair.
weeks, 5 festivals, I'm about that. You should jump in too, Zach. All the
Yeah, for the festivals maybe.
I was gonna say
that'll
it's
just be
each week's different festival, so you'll be able to access any of the stuff you've missed.
That's fair.
nifty. So, quick thing about Magi then. Let's continue that, and then we'll get into
Yeah.
the meat of our discussion.
I'm nowhere currently is probably the best way to put it because I'm only 6 episodes in. I really like it. Characters are great. Alibaba's cool. He's probably my least favorite, honestly, but I do like him. I feel like I like him more as the show progresses. Aladdin is great, though a bit much of a just a shonen main character. I like the pink-haired girl.
Also, my favorite example of Spot the main character.
Yeah.
A very popular one online. Because for those of you who have not seen the show, they show a bunch of poorly enslaved people
Yes.
in a cage.
Oh yeah, and they all look like dirty and generic people. And then you got the pink-haired girl.
Very plain. And then you have this very brightly lit pink-haired girl in the background. Like, I wonder who's going to be important to the plot.
I mean, it helps that she's in the opening, so you've already seen her before.
I mean, yeah.
Ouch.
But, you know, some people skip the opening.
it's fair. I do not, because that opening's great.
Oh yeah, the first opening to Magi is fucking great. I love it.
Yeah, really like it. But the thing we also want to talk about, so we were pulling up some good old thing we love to just talk shit about, Watch Mojo and ranker lists. Yeah, not on the channel. Because
frankly,
I feel like
ranker is worse.
yeah, because they feel because I mean the thing about frickin' Watch Mojo is it just feels like they don't watch the things they talk about. They just kind of list things. Ranker, on the other hand, is all based on fan vote, and unfortunately,
that's the same thing.
That's worse.
That's worse because then you get just like the weirdest shit on a list and in the weirdest order possible. What'd you say?
So
Hannah?
for Watch Mojo's anime list,
Watch Mojo's based on vote?
Yeah.
Really? Just
okay,
don't
so
know
how
if they
Watch
do
Mojo
it
works
anymore.
is they will
They
put up
used to
polls on their
have it on the
website
They'd have a
for
vote.
Oh.
interesting topics.
Oh, the
list
polls
of
for
what
topics.
they think- yeah. Well, they'll put up the topics, and
Yeah.
then they'll if it gets voted, if the topic gets voted on, they'll do another
Yeah, he's
poll
explaining.
on what the best options are to be in that topic. And the problem with this is it's just bland and soulless. Now,
Yeah.
there is a bit of creative control, and they did at one point, because their list used to be worse, they did at one point hire a guy, or at least have a guy in charge of writing these lists, who was into anime.
Problem
But what
is,
that
he's
meant was-
into really obscure fucking
Yeah, that's the problem.
anime no one's
His-
ever heard of because he's a huge weeb.
So I mean, not even a huge weeb, I would just argue, frankly, if I'm being honest, a weeb with bad taste. Like,
Yeah.
I know
So otaku.
tastes are subjective. I mean bad anime taste, not, because if we're just going bad taste, boot topic, there wouldn't be
Ow.
good anime lists.
Yeah, that's
Ever.
fair.
But no. So the Watch Mojo's list went from just what are the 10 most popular shonen anime, and that will be the whole list. Like, does not matter what the context of the list is, it will always be super popular shonen anime, and also like the handful of shows that are not shonen that are super popular in the Americas. So, yeah, we have a list that is 50% shit no one's heard of and 50% Naruto and Dragon Ball. They also originally, and their early anime lists were fucking awful because I did actually really like Watch Mojo for everything except for anime when I first started watching them years and years ago. However, their anime list would literally be a top 10 list of best anime fights. 3 of them would be Naruto. 3 of them would be Dragon Ball.
Oh
and
yeah,
there'd be,
that's
like,
right. The
One Piece.
frustration of them early on was always they never enforced the one per franchise
One per
rule
franchise.
early on. Yeah,
And it's like, yeah.
I
Jesus
remember
Christ.
that actually.
Yeah, I
So we-
remember. I think it was actually best fights in the anime.
Yeah,
And it was absolutely again.
it was
more than half the
2
list
Dragon
was
Ball
2
and
shows.
3 Naruto.
Yeah,
That was what it was. Cause I
there
remember
was
that.
like 4 franchises even on the list.
And there was like one Bleach, I think, was on there too.
Probably also a One Piece. Rob Lucci is generally on a lot of top
It's
fights.
really cool.
It's
As long
one
as
of
you
those
cut
ones
out all
where
the
it's
extra shit.
driven, yeah, it's one of those ones where it's driven very hard by the narrative and the climax. The fight itself is solid for those super long shonen animes where like most of the fights are just not really that good.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty average by those standards. Might be better when you cut out like, you know, cutting to Usopp or fucking Nami or something.
Yup. That's why the fight takes about 12 episodes, because they cut every other scene. They cut to something else going on. In fact, whole other fights happen in those cuts.
Yeah, you have
Kaku
Sanji
and the wolf
Sanji,
guy.
Nami's, and Zoro's fights are going on at the same time.
Nami has a fight? I thought it was Frankie had a fight with the frog guy.
Nah, well, maybe. I don't remember. It has been a long time since I watched CP9.
Same.
However, no, Nami has a fight with
throw out
Soap
words
Lady.
too. CP9, KH4, Impel Down,
Impel
Punk
Down's
Hazard.
actually... Those are all actual ones.
I'm just throwing words together at this point. Manila Sky.
Honestly,
Okay,
Manila
for
Sky
one,
wouldn't
I
be
would
surprised if
definitely
it was
watch
one. I
something
don't think
called
it is.
Metal
Though.
Sky.
Oh, is Metal Sky? Oh yeah, that'd be dope. That sounds like an arc.
Yeah, I would definitely watch a Metal Sky arc.
Is that the crazier version of Skypia?
Nah, it's a crazier version of Impel Down, where
Oh,
they're in an entire like country that is a prison.
sounds very One Piece. I'd be all for it.
Dude, One Piece logic has some of the best perks. You could just do absurd shit that doesn't make any sense because it, like, if you don't think about it a lot, it makes enough sense.
I
Like,
mean,
oh, we
it's,
had too many people we were trying to arrest, so we made a whole country a prison, just put a big old top on it.
it's very
you know.
comic book mentality.
The breaking point, though, with its logic.
Fair.
Like how, for example, Luffy is not affected by bullets, but can be cut by swords. That
Well, yeah,
makes
'cause
sense
he's
if
rubber,
you
'cause
don't
he-
think about it for any amount of time.
Yeah. He can take blunt pressure, but he can't take puncture
Except
and slashing.
Bullets are not blood pressure.
Yeah, it is. They're lead balls, man. Because they use muskets, not bullets.
I mean, even so, it pierces. It's less a matter of how pointed it is and more a matter of
Ow.
the sheer amount of force going into it into such a relatively small point. But yes, again, if you don't think about it for any extensive amount of time, it makes sense. Like, if you just stop processing it halfway through, you're just like, yeah, whatever. It works. But speaking of One Piece,
What's up?
that list.
It might be on it. It would be weird if
Maybe.
it wasn't.
So what is
Honest-
our list today?
So, the first on our list of topics.
Well, we had an actual list we were going to look at today.
Yeah, that's the first one. The first topic. Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh, I love this awkward silences.
So, sorry, I'm getting, like, fucked up.
No, you're fine. We do have, I do have the luxury of, not playing a game.
Right?
Oh, and for those of you at home, I have thrown out my back, so, I'm not doing anything.
How the hell did you throw out your back?
Sitting in a chair for the best part of 6 days straight because of quarantine and unemployment, and then stretching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you try it, it ain't gonna be too fun.
No, I don't think it would be. That's crazy that's how that happened.
Normally it's generally that, a mixture of lack of physical activity and then, you know, all of a sudden trying to do shit your body's just not used to anymore, like bending. Or, you know, movement of any sort beyond wrist and finger movement in the context of keyboard and mouse. For you dirty-minded at home who need
Oh my god, I'm about to
clarification.
punch you. Um, so our fun list is the top 30 plus, which I think it's funny that it is the 30 plus. Shonen battle anime of all time.
Is it specifically battle anime?
No. It just says best shonen.
But it's probably going to boil down to best shonen battle anime.
Yeah. I doubt we'll get a lot of haikus and sports anime.
Oh lord. This is going to be a fun list. I'm already crying. So what is number one on this list?
Well, number one, surprising no one, is of course the best shonen anime of all time, Naruto Shippuden.
Yay! That's. I mean,
it is it's a big one.
I mean, see, that's one of those ones where I definitely absolutely do not think it is the best or top 5 or probably even top 10. But I think it's, worth mentioning, honorable mention sort of a deal. But, number one.
Yeah, number one. The best of all the times.
Big Tay, what's your big scoop on this?
Wait, the number one's Naruto Shippuden?
Yes.
Yep. We have to go from number one.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we're all in agreement.
You want to? I'm glad we all just agree.
Yeah, Naruto Shippuden is clearly the best shonen anime of all time.
All time.
All time. None ever better.
That's what all time. I don't know why you're reiterating.
Look at the
that.
dedication this arc put in, or this show put in. It
had
had
this arc.
2/3 of its runtime was one arc. Think of the dedication the author and crew had to have to put in so much time into only one lowly arc. Like, just the passion, the love. Their character, their main
that
character,
hurt.
was done developing, and they continued pushing on for us.
Even made a whole arc longer than the rest of the series afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, just that kind of dedication, I can't fathom.
Ow.
My word. So, yeah, that's wrong. What's number two?
Number two is Hunter x Hunter.
See, that's a little more reasonable. That at least I think is a top 10 show, if not top 5, when it comes to shonen battle anime specifically.
I definitely see why people like it. I'm not a fan, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't deny that it belongs high on the list.
So number 2, that one's actually surprisingly reasonable. We
The
we're done
look.
here.
Was it the
We're
wait?
done here.
Which one? Which one was it?
Top 20 plus best female villains.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So Hunter x Hunter, what about you, Tay?
I haven't watched much of it, but from what I saw, it was cool. I don't know, man. I don't know if it needs to be number 2 though.
Yeah, I don't think it should be necessarily number 2, but compared to our experiences with Ranker in the past, that one's not terrible. Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't think I would put it much higher than the number 5 spot, and I'm just spitballing off the top of my head where I would put it, personally. But, yeah, I could see reasonably where someone would rank that number 2. Actually surprised it ranks so high, considering it's not one of the super big ones that people are always talking about.
Very true.
So what's number 3, Zach?
Number 3 is My Hero Academia.
That's pretty spot on, actually.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 3 sounds like a really good spot for Hero Aka.
Yeah. I mean, I'd put it number 1, but, you know.
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head where I would put it, but it'd be pretty high up there. Tay?
I would, same. I actually really, I agree with you on this.
Yeah, you think 3 is a good spot?
Yeah.
Not quite number 1 like I suggest?
No. You know what, just to split it down the middle, I think 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'd
that's...
be pretty cool with all of those. My problem with any list is deciding what the best one is a lot harder than deciding what the runner-ups would be.
Yeah, finding out the top 10 is easier than finding the number 1.
Yeah, so like, yeah, a lot of shows I would say I'd be hesitant to put it at number 1, even like shows I rave about and have seen a million times, like My Hero Academia. So, and Hunter x Hunter for that matter. So, yeah, number 3 is pretty good. Yeah, number 2 or number 1 would be pretty good for that one, for this kind of a list. We're actually surprisingly not as mad about this list so far as I thought.
But wait.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, there's more.
There's more.
Yeah, because number 4, Naruto.
Again.
Well, no. Before it was Shippuden. This is Naruto.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Yeah. So, Naruto is number 4.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Honestly, I think that's probably a decent spot for it, only because I'll stand that actually Naruto is pretty good, despite, you know, all the fucking filler. But
I think that's more justified than Shippuden's spot, to be honest.
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, Shippuden should not even be in top 10.
Taken as a whole, Shippuden would be worse in my opinion than the original.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like Shippuden. I don't like Shippuden. I think it's actually just a bad show. It has so many problems.
I think Shippuden has a lot of things going for it in the first third, and then in the last 2/3, it has very little going for it. But that's just my personal opinion. But original Naruto, although, yeah, you can see where it just kind of bootlegged a lot of things, or in some cases, I thought it bootlegged stuff, and it just looks to be, I had noticed spots where they had reused animation templates from earlier works. The scene where, for example, Rock Lee takes off his weights and is beating the life out of Gaara. Now, I could be wrong because it's been a while since I watched these scenes side by side.
Yeah.
But, looked an awful lot like Hiei's fight with one of the guys in the Dark Tournament, where he's just dancing around the guy, just showing off how fast he is. I was like, this looks awfully similar. And I didn't know until much later that they were done by the same studio. So,
Ouch. Yeah,
that's a little more forgivable. People have pointed out in all fairness, people have pointed out that Dragon Ball Super Broly reused a lot of, for lack of a better word, animation templates from previous works from Toei. So, yeah, it's hard to blame them. You got time constraints, you got crunches and shit. You got to use what you got to use.
Yep.
But that being said, early Naruto did borrow liberally from other shonen manga of the same era, such as Hunter x Hunter is one it very notably picked up from. But yeah, Naruto. Again, top 10 would be like number 10 would be the highest I would be willing to give it personally.
I'd put it possibly in the top 7, but it would just be Naruto. Shippuden would not be on the top 10 list.
I always count them the same anyway.
I mean, that's fair. So number 5 is The Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, absolutely not.
I like it a lot, but it's not the top 10 of all time, honestly. I don't
I kind
think
of put it in a similar category as Black Clover, where it's not doing anything new or interesting or throwing a new spin on anything or doing anything of that sort, but it's fun. The characters are fun, the story's fun, the action's fun.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I like the show.
Yeah.
Fucking what is it? God, I can't think of his name right now. Escanor is the best.
Escanor is pretty great.
I have not watched season 3, so I can't say for the quality of that.
I haven't watched it either, because it's not dubbed yet.
Oh, it's not? Oh.
No. It is subbed, but it is not released in.
Also, the only example I'm aware of where I'm absolutely all for Bryce Papenbrook in his role.
Yeah, he does a great job as Meliodas. Like, honestly.
I think I just can't deal with him in roles where he has to act like a realistic human being. Like in Attack on Titan, where I cannot hear Eren Yeager. For the life of me, all I can hear is some dude fucking pretending to be an anime character. Like, just for whatever reason, his performance in that show specifically just breaks me entirely out of what I'm watching. It's like fucking 99% of a bridge series. But in Seven Deadly Sins, he's very good for Meliodas.
Yeah, I agree.
There's also a bunch of other really good performers.
Also, Bon is the best. Not just his voice actor, but Bon is like my
Bon's
fucking favorite character.
I think he's definitely the most interesting character in the show. Meliodas, I don't fucking...
Actually, I do like Meliodas. He's not my favorite, but
he just feels like a really generic power fantasy character.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I've actually been hiding my true power, or I can't access my true power, because
he's
reasons. I do love that in Season 2, we got literal power levels, though.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Power levels over 19,000!
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Like, felt very out of place.
I mean, if it was there from the beginning, sure.
I mean, I thought it felt out of
feel...
place because it's a fantasy series. That's just not like a fantasy thing. Is like having magic power, I guess, but like having it set to numbers, like having everything be boiled down to numbers is just not a fantasy thing.
On top of that, the problem with something like power levels is it kind of removes tactics as a thing.
I mean, that's fair.
In a lot of shows that utilize them, like with Dragon Ball, like when the power gap got to a certain point, it's like it didn't matter strategy or anything, cutting, skill. It was just all about raw power. And Seven Deadly Sins follows a similar problem, where it just becomes about raw power numbers. And it's like, well, you can't... Sorry, dude, your power level's below 10,000, so... I don't care if you're 30,000 times smarter than this guy, and this guy is so goddamn stupid he's literally drooling all over his fucking chest, and his knuckles are cutting grooves in the ground. Like... It doesn't matter, he's just stronger, and you can't do anything.
Yeah. You lost. He's stronger.
That being said, yeah. Solid show, not number 5 if you ask me.
No. Top 20 maybe. Top 10 no.
Yeah.
Top 5 definitely not. Number 6
below Naruto, the original?
Yeah, probably.
Interesting.
Which is like I think it's because I think Naruto as a whole is better. I like Seven Deadly Sins more, but I think Naruto is a better show.
Naruto, and I hate saying this because of problems it would have
I haven't watched the filler though, so I actually don't know. Like that might kill it for me.
Naruto is driven really hard by a handful of really good characters, where Seven Deadly Sins has a lot of fun on the surface, but not at all deep characters, and one legitimately good character. Like, through and through complicated, interesting character.
Yeah, Bond's great.
Yeah, Bond.
King's
absolutely
okay.
Bond.
Deanne's best girl. Regardless. No. Bro, this ain't the waifu dump. That's later.
Yeah, we'll do a waifu dump another time. Or a best girl dump. I hate waifu. Because that starts getting into super creepy territory.
Yeah, that's the point.
I mean,
dude, we're garbage.
I mean, yeah.
So, like,
but I know the level of degeneracy I'm willing to accept that I am.
Come on. You know for a fact the main character, Konosuba, has a legion of waifus he follows online.
I mean, yeah,
when
but
he masturbates frequently.
Absolutely a degenerate.
Yeah.
Like, that is not something that the series ever tries to shy away from.
You know the guy, the main character, I don't remember his name, the main character from Golden Boy totally would have waifus if the internet was a popular thing in 1995.
Yeah, probably.
Regardless, so number six is more reasonable. A lot of people love it. I actively don't like this series. However, it is insanely popular, and it does have good reason to be. It is Attack on Titan.
That is not what I would consider shonen by any extent.
But it is.
The demographic is too high that would appeal to.
It's very fair, but like just like Full Metal Alchemist, it is actually shonen.
Full Metal Alchemist, I'm much more willing to agree as a shonen anime over fucking... Like, my problem with Full Metal Alchemist is like shonen is like the fourth fucking genre I would give it. Like, out of a long laundry list of genres that are applicable to the show. Attack on Titan, that's not even the, like, going by the tone and events going on in the show, I would argue is just aimed at a much older demographic than what shonen is by its actual definition.
I mean, the show was going to be on, the series was going to be a part of Shonen Jump.
Was it?
Yep. It was in fact pitched and everything. Downside is, it was scrapped for one reason. The directors at Shonen Jump specifically told the creator that you need to calm down on all the violence and gore. You need to tone down the series.
My point. That is the big reason it is. I would argue it is not a shonen series.
It's fair, but that's what it is, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, is that by definition what it is, or is that what people call it because they don't know what the fuck shonen is?
Both. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. I think... Ashley, you have a phone.
I'm on it, yeah.
What is Attack on Titan's genre?
Oh, I was actually looking that up already.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, its demographic is considered shonen.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. I get where you're coming from. I'm just telling you, that's what it is. I completely agree with you that it feels very seinen. It's very much seems like an older teen or adult show.
Okay, now, in fairness, I am mistaken. Shonen is actually a broader demographic than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
So, I will call out my own fault there. Shonen actually is considered all the way up to age of 18.
Oh, really? Interesting.
According to Wikipedia.
I mean,
yeah,
it's probably true.
Primarily intended for boys between the ages of 12 and 18, which I thought it was more generally aimed at the 10 to 15 maybe demographic.
Like just
and
the
teen. And I would say Attack on Titan is... Sorry.
Yeah, it's older teen, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Attack
apparently...
on Titan I wouldn't recommend for someone younger than 17 maybe. Yeah, no problem.
Oh, they don't have a shield tank. They can't do anything against self-destruct.
So, for those at home,
yes,
I apologize. I am incorrect.
What's up, baby?
Do you still need it?
No, we got it. Apparently, Isaac confirms that he was wrong when complaining that all anime fans don't know what the fuck shonen is. He was wrong.
I was the one who didn't know
he did not know what the fuck shonen was.
What do you think?
I did know what it was. I was wrong about the age gap.
Yeah, so apparently, it's of course referring to like anime associated to young males, though it's specifically the age gap is where he was off because he thought it was more mid to early teens. However, it is actually specifically associated to pretty much all teens. It's like 12 to 18. And
It's a
yeah,
bit
it seems
weird
very
for
much
me,
like a
because where I'm
16 to 18-year-old.
Where I'm mistaken is the fact that shonen, generally described, but in broad terms, is normally described as being aimed at a young male teen demographic. And when I hear young teen demographic, I'm thinking 15 and below.
Sure.
Which I assume is what most shonen is broadly targeted at. But Attack on Titan is definitely aimed at that, like, 18. Like, it is really bordering on seinen. But that being said, again, yeah, no, that's fine. Because this kind of a list, it is just shonen shows.
Yes.
Where I would have issue, which is not the fault of this list, this is, pardon me, moving this heating pad off my back for a bit.
Gotcha.
Is if Attack on Titan was, like, its main genre was considered shonen, which seems a bit off. I would point to it as being like an action drama before, like, just shonen. Because shonen as a genre...
Right, but that's
like
the thing, is it's not shonen battle anime, it's just shonen.
Yeah. Well, shonen as a genre has certain tropes and like any genre, there are certain themes and tropes that make a genre what it is. Like, and shonen, one of those big things is, you know, maturation, maturity, growing up. Themes of growing up, getting better, you know, accepting your faults, which is
all in
there.
Attack on Titan.
I mean, it's technically in there, but, like, a lot of other themes take the forefront. They're just not the primary things I would look at. Yeah, but I would think more fantasy, since the show is very historically oriented. Especially after season 3. But yeah, no, Attack on Titan, yeah. If we were talking about all things under the blanket, all things tagged with shonen, the shonen genre, I would say Attack on Titan would be fairly high up.
Right.
6 is about probably as high as I would be willing to rate it. Because although the third season is definitely, I'd say, top 5 material, the first 2 seasons are not.
Well, then at least it's in its spot that you think it should be.
Yeah. So what's number 7?
Easy to fix, okay. Oh, that scared me.
I probably should wait till Tay gets back.
Fuck him. We'll catch him up.
Alright. It is One Punch Man.
Oh shit. I'm trying to figure out a way to drag that out because, yeah. Yeah, very fair. I'd probably switch it with Attack on Titan. Well, no, season 2 was pretty bad, so no, yeah. Amazing first season, lackluster second season. Although this is an interesting opportunity to talk about that second season. Have you watched it?
Nope. I don't own Hulu.
Have you any interest in watching it before I say anything?
I mean, sure, but, like, I don't plan to go out of my way to watch it. No, I say it's postmodern. I'd say it's postmodern hipster. That's Attack on Titan.
Oh, is James here already? Oh. Yeah, let's see here.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, the second season, aside from its obvious production problems, which would not be as much of an issue if not for other issues. Like, it's poorly paced, and the main character is incredibly unimportant to 99% of everything happening. I mean, he's kind of barely in the second season, for that matter. Um, but and yeah, also like I give it. I never noticed any point in Dragon Ball Super where they drew an image and then super cropped in to the point where the image became pixelated just to save from having to reanimate the same thing.
No.
There was actually a scene in season 2
Which,
where they had like a
what?
big pan
To-
shot
to-
of this big guy with a little minion like over his shoulder or something, and they just zoomed into this tiny little fucking picture to the point where you could actually see the pixels around the edge of the drawing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
To
I
clarify,
thought Super
number
was taking-
7 is One Punch Man.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
put it a
I'm in
little higher,
agreement. It's a
honestly.
fair spot, but it's in between the amazing first season and pretty shitty second season.
Okay, what part is the animation the shitty part, or is the story the shitty part?
And it said the
Yes.
pacing was the biggest part.
The pacing, the fact that the main character is barely in the show,
I mean,
And
that's
the
the
fact
same
that
thing
the
as
whole-
the second season of Overlord, though.
oh yeah, which we were actually talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that before
How
we got on stream.
Overlord second season is the weakest season, but it's kind of necessary because it sets up to the third. And I actually did say to Zach, if the Overlord cast was not sprinkled throughout the second season, I probably wouldn't be watching it. Like, just to get little bits of Ainz and all the servants of Nazarick
Yes.
isn't enough to pull me through lizard people fucking and whiny Night Kid I don't really give a shit about, who's just kind of a bad shonen protag.
Well,
I
he can't
mean-
be too good, otherwise you're gonna be sad when he dies.
He's not. He's gonna be resurrected, so he can be protected forever.
I mean, fair, yeah. That is the actual plan. Spoilers for season 2 of Overlord, by the way.
No, no, I just fixed it.
Apparently they have
Season 4?
confirmed the 4th season.
Yeah. We've yet to even confirm a 4th season. It would be weird if it
No, I
didn't
was saying
come.
they
But
have confirmed one apparently.
oh, really?
I
Oh,
looked it
sweet.
up earlier.
Yeah, cool. Hell yeah, I love season. I love Overlord.
Let me see here.
Oh yeah, Slime, Overlord, Shield Hero. These are the isekais that will be around. I guarantee it.
Shield
The
Hero.
director said it will premiere either this year or next year, but
Doesn't
didn't
Shield
have-
Hero only have like one more season though?
Shield
Also
Hero
overly
only has
cautious.
one season.
No,
Currently.
I know. I'm saying it's gonna have like only one more season because like there's not a lot to it.
Why is Shield Hero brought up? I kind of spaced out when I was double checking
We were
that.
talking about the great, like he was saying, great isekais that are probably gonna stand like for a while.
Yeah, the only one I didn't mention that honestly is should probably be included is Overly Cautious. I think Overly Cautious is a
that's-
little bit more border than the other one. The other
That's
three.
That also feels
done.
very complete.
Yeah, that one's done. I don't think
That was
that's.
done.
I don't think it's planned to continue after
Yeah, it was-
this. Yeah, after the season ended. I don't think there was an intention to continue it after that.
I mean, I wouldn't really be opposed.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but yeah, I think it's over.
It's not like it
guy.
had much of a plot in the first place.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that was like the ending was the fact that they have a new quest to go on, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like
I
that,
assumed we were gonna get to see the quest.
I mean, maybe, but I'm pretty sure even in the light novel that is actually where it ends.
Oh, is it really?
I think so. Don't quote me on that. I haven't read it. I'm probably wrong, but pretty sure.
So, also, by the way, Overlord Season 2 is... Yeah, it's not very good compared to Season 1 and Season 3. It is not actually bad like One Punch Man Season 2. Where even if it was well animated, it'd be kind of boring. Like, even if it looked as good as the first season, it'd be pretty fucking dull. Like... Saitama is not a part of the plot for pretty much no reason. Just
That's
to
not
keep
true.
him
He was,
away,
in
but
he was
they-
in a martial arts tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. speaking of, I don't think I've seen a tournament arc I've cared less about.
But Shiranko.
Like, I'm like actually impressed because even bad tournament arcs I tend to generally enjoy just because I like the tournament arc setup. But yeah, no, I'll take like any other shonen anime tournament arc. Hell, I'd probably be happier watching the fucking Fairy Tail tournament arc, and that's where I checked out of the show.
I didn't even remember that.
It's, in fairness, pretty late in the show.
Really? Huh.
Or it's pretty later in the manga from when I was reading it, but granted, again, I stopped reading it like 7 years ago. I just got really bored with it.
What? That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair,
Hell.
detail.
Black Clover's tournament arc is completely fucking unimportant by comparison to like other tournament arcs, and that's still more entertaining than One Punch Man's tournament
Oh,
arc.
that tournament arc's
Forgot they had a
actually pretty
tournament
cool.
arc.
Yeah, I mean it's really short, but yeah, the crystal battle, though, that was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, no, I had a good amount of fun. I mean, I don't remember much of it, but like,
You guys
Again-
remember fucking Seven Deadly Sins had a tournament arc?
I do. That was great.
I would watch that again.
That was
I actually
dope.
enjoyed that one. Again, if you put together a competent shonen, a competent tournament arc, I will enjoy myself, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho had 3.
It sure did.
Did it have 3? It
Yeah.
did have 3.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The first one's fucking terrible. The second one is
OG
great.
Dragon Ball has 4. Although one gets turned into the Buu Saga. 5 if you count the Cell
Oh,
game.
you're talking about DBZ? Yeah. Because you said OG
Yeah, I'm talking
Dragon
about
Ball.
the original run of Dragon Ball.
Presented by Heat Tap?
Yeah, presented by Hita.
Oh. Yeah, so the original run, Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, you had the 3 original martial arts tournaments, then the Cell games,
But
then the
by Heat Tap.
25th martial arts tournament, which got turned into the Buu Saga. And then technically the, I don't know, 27th or 28th, which is the end of Dragon Ball Z. And I would watch pretty much any of those over One Punch Man's fucking tournament arc.
You know what crazy big
Too late. I quoted
shonen
you. So
did,
Hello
that
Kitty
lasted a
tournament.
long time?
The Hello Kitty
even though it
tournament.
petered out near the end. Didn't actually have a tournament arc.
What?
Bleach.
Yeah, Bleach did not actually have a
Yeah.
actual
Hey,
tournament.
guess which one of these shows was canceled?
It's got
Hey,
a point.
it's coming back next year, man.
Sort
and
of.
it's probably gonna have a tournament arc. They realize their fault.
That'd be great if they just come out with a tournament arc. Just know if they do, Garbage Gang called it. No one else. Well, that'd be clear right now.
We already know what the last arc is, and it's actually a good one.
Clip it.
Especially,
Is
so,
it good? Cause
yeah, it is good.
Because I checked
Oh,
out
the-
when I was reading that.
The Yawak arc.
The 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
with Yawak.
Yuha.
It's pronounced Yawak.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because it's Jewish. It's yeah. Yes. Yawak.
Also, you know, Bleach has to continue its race wars against the Japanese, the Spanish, and now the Germans.
Not now.
Yeah.
The Germans already were there, but
Yeah, now it's time for the race war because the Quincy's are the final villain.
oh, are they? I didn't even know that.
Oh, spoilers, Isaac.
Man, get fucked.
So what I'm really hoping happens, what I'm really hoping happens is that Kubo has like a heavy influence on it, at least, and like a hand in it, which I assume he will, and he takes this as an opportunity to fix the ending of that arc, because it got real good near the end,
I got a question.
and then it just
What
went
if
to
he took the
shit.
opportunity to just fix the whole fucking arc. Because I'll be real with you, any show where they just run out of ideas and start killing off like side characters left, right, and center
Yeah, like
has
Naruto.
lost its steam. Like what? Like what?
Like
Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah, like Naruto. Gurren Lagann does it at the last minute. Even they realize their mistakes and removed
God, that last
part when they did the movie.
that time skip arc kind of like was total horseshit, dude. I hated that fucking arc.
I weirdly like it, but no, it's not as good as first arc.
Yeah,
First 2 arcs, I guess.
but we of course got number 8,
Number 8.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That should be higher on that list.
That should be higher on this list.
So after finally watching Brotherhood, bro, it would not make my top 10. Get fucked. Get out of here. That horse
Are you
shit.
kidding me?
This show's
What the hell is
fucking
wrong
boring.
with you?
Get out of here. This
You
show
get outta here.
sucks. Get out of here.
No, you.
You suck,
Okay.
Zach.
I'll be the middle ground here. If this was a top 30 plus best anime,
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist should be higher on this list.
Yes.
But it's not. It's
No.
top 30 shonen. And
Yeah.
if you define its most important genre as shonen, then no, Full Metal Alchemist is not a very good shonen.
Yeah, that's fair. But
I mean,
honestly,
it's fine.
it'd be
it's
like
solid.
it'd be in like my top 20, maybe.
But for,
But-
but for
It's my top 5, 100%.
oh yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing: I don't really consider Full Metal Alchemist a shonen because other themes take priority over the general.
Yeah,
themes of
it's
shonen.
more a drama first before anything else.
Yeah,
Um,
it is a drama series more than it is shonen by a long shot. So yeah, I would, as a shonen, yeah, I would rank it lower than a lot of these shows. Shows that I think it is significantly better than, just for the sake of, as shonen, it's not as good. Which is, I think, a big reason why I would imagine you don't care for it as much, Zach, because it
yeah, because it's not my favorite genre of anime.
not
At
even
least
just
not
that
really.
it's not your favorite genre. It's that it's like kind of close to your favorite genre, but it's not, and that's arguably worse.
Here's a noose and a a noose and a wobbly chair. Damn, dude, you're cold. No, so here's a noose and a wobbly chair. I'm sorry, dude.
For
I
you
don't.
or
I
me?
don't. I don't like Full Metal Alchemist. The original. I was pretty about like when I was younger. I don't know if I'd like it now. I'd have to watch it, but watching it, like finally watching Brotherhood, like was it last year or was it the year before?
I think it was last year.
It was probably last year.
You know,
Either
with
way,
the blonde kid and the
It was-
robot.
I feel like we watched it when Adam lived here.
Funny
okay.
enough,
Honestly,
That
calling
was
it with
Carl's
the blonde.
actual opinion of the original. He's like, oh, I'll watch some show about some blonde kid who's got like a robot sidekick.
Oh my god, the show with the blonde kid and the robot. That's such a great way to describe the show.
No, he's not a robot.
Because it'll just piss off all the fans.
He's not a robot.
Boom, I'm back in platinum and I've been talking the whole time.
Damn.
To be honest,
It was my
I
joke, it
did think he
inspired
was a
you.
robot at first.
Exactly.
All right, so
But yeah,
I didn't know
apparently
any
that was
better.
Carl's opinion of the original series. It was just why would I watch some dumb show about a blonde kid and his robot?
He is a soul.
Exactly, and we already have Neo Yokio.
Yeah, we already have Neo Yokio. He's not blonde though. He has
It's
pink
not
hair.
blonde?
Yeah, he has pink hair. What are you talking about?
No, but it's about a black kid and his robot.
The show about a black kid and his robot. It's
if I
pretty.
didn't know better, I'd watch it.
It's oh god. Anyway, how is that not on the list? So yeah, I mean, it totally should be in the top 10. I completely agree. I would not put it there because I don't like it.
I'm also
entirely
thinking, like, of all the shows that could be just described as an X this and their robot. Like, a white guy and his robot, Big O.
Hell, you could describe
That is
Naruto.
the fucking show, though.
Naruto could literally be described as a blonde kid and his robot. The robot being
Oh,
Sasuke.
fuck.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. The emotionless Sasuke, of course. What's up, girl?
We forgot chicken broth.
Oh yeah, that's pretty important.
Fuck.
Reminds me of the fucking Naruto
found
abridged the bridge
I was flipping
series.
through this notebook and I found my ingredient list.
No one understands my.
And it says chicken
No
broth.
one understands my. Oh God, what was his line? Sasuke,
No one understands my suffering. The suffering of being voiced by Yuri Lowenthal.
a voice actor with such range of emotions.
That's from Naruto Bridge or from...
No, the one that always stuck to me was
My favorite fucking line in that show
Sasuke's
is,
brother.
Happy birthday, Sasuke. Oh boy, what'd you
Oh,
get
that's from
me?
Ninja
I got
Bridge.
you these paper clips, Subway coupon.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Wait, I don't get it.
Sasuke's birthday present was some paper clips in a Subway coupon.
Oh God.
It's just such a dumb fucking line that comes out of nowhere.
No, Sasuke's brother. I'll get you back somehow. I never forgot why he calls fucking his brother Sasuke's. Oh God, I just got it. It's the fucking running thing that the show they just never say his fucking name until he appears. Literally, Sasuke just calls him his brother.
Oh,
Because in the fucking... Literally, he's brought up all the time by Sasuke. We never get his name until he appears. He's just Sasuke's brother until, like, the end of the fucking show. God, I never realized how fucking stupid that is.
no.
No.
So what's number 9?
Number 9 is Dragon Ball Z.
Huh, here's
Yeah,
Should
I
be
mean...
higher on this list, considering
Yeah.
it's the reason everything on this list this year.
I
Well,
don't
not
like
everything.
factoring in.
Importance.
Okay, so yeah, importance or like cultural significance into lists.
Right,
when it
you
comes
just
to,
want
like,
you
their
just want
ranking.
quality of the show.
Oh, damn, I have
Yeah.
more.
I get that.
Okay, if we're
I
talking
get it.
quality of Dragon Ball.
Still,
Now, alright, now this one's also a bit of cheating here. Dragon Ball's manga's fucking top tier, dog.
it's pretty top tier, bro.
Like,
But-
I realize this is technically an anime list, so we really shouldn't be counting it. That being said, your fucking Dragon Ball's manga is fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
90% of the problems people have with the anime don't exist in the manga. Like,
More like 80%, but yeah.
So, a blonde kid and his robot. I feel like also describes Gohan during the Cell games.
Which is
That's
funny
fair.
because him and 16 never interact ever.
ever.
They really don't.
Why does he give a shit when he?
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
dies?
know.
Because someone died right in front of him. I'm assuming that's the reason. We didn't question it.
I know that's the best part
None of-
about Dragon Ball Z is
We
no one
never
questioned
questioned-
all.
The show was so good about pulling off shit that didn't make any sense. We never questioned the fact that Gohan is only upset when the robot he literally only just met died.
Yeah, he literally met him
Although, you know,
right
first
there.
existential crisis right there as a kid. That robot was man-made. He will not live on in the afterlife.
Yeah, which is kind of how they try and sell it
Wait, that's not
in the
true.
English version. I don't think the Japanese even like he goes into detail about it.
He's
Yeah,
not even a
but, like-
robot. That's not what he is, though.
No, he is.
Like-
He is an
No.
android. He is synthetic life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but-
but they confirmed that he used to be. He's Dr. Gero's son. That's an actual
no.
thing.
You misunderstand. He is a recreation of Dr.
Yeah.
Gero's son.
Yeah,
He is
16
not
himself
a
is
cyborg
not.
like the others.
Yeah, 16 is not actually Dr. Gero's son. He is a recreation of him.
Oh,
He
okay.
is.
16
a
is 100% a robot.
He likes
That's why he's an actual android, unlike the rest who are technically cyborgs.
Hence
Uh,
the very
Listen,
great line
Leslie.
in Dragon Ball Z abridged. I am Android 16.
Also, that's why Cell can't absorb him. It's because he's entirely synthetic.
I mean, that also begs the question of how's that working with the other two? Because, like,
They're not. They're part person. That's why.
yeah, but the person part is the weak part of them.
Don't you love that? Like, so the Android Saga has so many fucking problems, but we ignored them as kids. But like the Majin Buu Saga is when all the complaints of Dragon Ball come from.
I mean, yeah, but that's because that one's actually just fucking boring.
Yeah.
You have all this
and
cool shit
fucking
happening,
really stupid.
but it never matters. You could
Yup.
literally skip between Majin Buu being released to Kid Buu, and very little would be lost. You have a lot of cool scenes that wouldn't happen, but for the story, nothing would change.
Honestly, I'd say from Evil Boo's release to Kid Buu.
Dude, yeah. If fucking Majin Buu got pissed and shit out Kid Buu,
Yeah, the plot would make just as much sense and would move along
Yeah.
the exact same way.
you just literally remove all of Super Buu. The arc is better now.
Yep.
Like, which is a
Fusion-
shame because
Fusion's fun, but like ultimately is just a waste of time.
Ultimate Gohan's cool and amounts to absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Same thing with the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yep. Just used to waste even more time.
Yeah.
Um,
And being trapped in the hyperbolic time chamber, which literally is just used to waste time.
and then again, Super Saiyan 3. It's really cool, man, but like it just wastes more
Technically,
time.
that happens before.
Yeah, it happens
before
before
this
that,
one.
but it's actually to waste time in the plot.
Yeah, that's actually the whole motivation for that scene is Goku is trying to waste time.
Yeah, that's literally what he's doing, is he's actually actively wasting time. Plus, dude, Goten and Kid Trunks just suck. Like,
Kid Trunks is bad, and Goten is
nothing.
there. Yeah.
Which is
Like,
what is
at least
worse,
Trunks
being
has-
terrible or being nothing?
It's being terrible. And on top of that, like, Gotenks is literally just Trunks because Goten has no personality. So
Yeah,
Gotenks
he
has
he does. It's
personality traits
being
from Trunks-
being
Goten.
Kid.
yeah. Like,
He is Kid.
Poor
He
Goten.
likes kid
you got it
things.
worse at Gohan.
Yeah,
is
at least
impressive.
Gohan has sort of a character sometimes. It just
At
gets
least
forgotten
Gohan had
about a lot.
consistent character and one of the most, it has arguably the best climax of a character arc with him going
Yeah,
Super
yeah.
Saiyan 2.
Definitely the best climax. But
And
like,
me and you, Zach, will always give it. Great Saiyaman's dope.
love.
I mean,
Great
it's not
Saiyaman.
like-
the thing about it is that like, man, Gohan really doesn't have like a actual character. Like he doesn't have real motivation besides like I don't know, kind of having to do everything that's going on.
Well, no, I think that's unfair. I think Gohan has plenty of motivation. Before, he is forced into situations and he is just trying to help rectify the situation and save his friends as best he can. In the Great Saiyaman arc, his motivation shifts to Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's why that
Pretty much
arc's
a
so great.
Spider-Man with Uncle Ben already having been dead for 7 years.
Or you mean Piccolo?
I mean, no.
Yeah, because
I
the
guess
death of
actually
Piccolo when he
would
was
be
a kid
better
is what
analogy.
motivated him.
But no, adult Gohan, or however you want to call him,
Yeah,
is
actually Teen Gohan.
well, both actually apply because he's 18.
Yeah, but Teen Gohan is 11.
Yeah, teen Gohan.
That's why I'm saying
You
no,
didn't say teenager. It could be preteen Gohan.
but it's not. It's teen. You know where that comes from too? The name Teen Gohan.
Like video
Budokai,
games?
probably.
It does. It comes from Budokai 1. Yeah,
Yeah,
first Budokai game. That's what he's called.
because I was one of those smartest kids who was like, "Well, he's only 11." That's
Yeah,
not
I
a
wasn't.
teenager.
I was
Otherwise,
like,
I would
oh,
be a
it's Teen
teenager.
Gohan, of course.
But then they tried to rectify that in a different one and have him like named like I don't know, young Gohan or kid Gohan.
Yeah, I
and
think
then
like
have
Super
child
Dragon Ball or
Gohans.
something like that was that. It's
then
like
there was, like-
adolescent Gohan.
Yeah, and like no one liked that.
Yeah, because it got confusing and we didn't know which Gohans people were talking about anymore.
I'm gonna grab some food. But yeah, no. Majin Buu Saga is a waste of time. Cell Saga is filled with plot holes that no one cares about because it's dope. And Frieza Saga in the manga
And to be fair, it is a little
goddamn
long.
masterpiece.
Yeah, Frieza Saga's great. But regardless,
in the show, it's kind of a fucking nuisance because it lasts so goddamn long.
I still kind of love it though.
Number
Regardless,
10.
it still totally should absolutely be on the list.
For
It deserves
absolutely.
its spot. Absolutely, it probably should be higher. Adult Gohuan in Super was supposed to represent the millennials of Japan, with them working themselves to death while trying to achieve a something. I can't read the
And
rest of
getting
it.
shown up by boomers.
Okie doke, guys. I'm gonna head to bed. I gotta be up between 8 and 9.
Okay, boss.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
And
don't you at
Super-
least want to finish the top 10 then? There's
Yeah,
only
What's the what are the
well,
last
number
ones?
10 is Black Clover.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes
There's
sense.
like a lot of shows we haven't mentioned yet, so I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised something like Yu Hakusho is not on the top 10.
I'm
Fucking
not.
One Piece,
Yeah, fucking
Literally
One
most-
Piece.
popular anime in Japan.
Period.
This is a Watch Mojo list, isn't it?
No,
This
it's
is
a ranker list.
Because,
Oh,
of course,
fuck Japan.
fair.
Achieve approval. I mean, that's probably true. That doesn't mean
In
it's
fairness-
good.
This is the best ranker list we have ever found.
Yeah, it hasn't been entirely wrong. There's been stuff
It
I can
hasn't
agree
been
with.
awful and borderline not applicable to the list. But
Anywho.
I mean, yeah, Black Clover I would say is like a top 15 maybe show. Well, as an anime, again, it's one of those ones where, and I hate being this fucking douchebag, but it's one of those ones where as an anime I wouldn't even fucking consider it for the list. But as a manga, yeah, I'd say it's maybe top 15 at highest.
It's pretty cool. I've read
Like,
it.
it's a
I haven't really
solid
watched
read.
it, but yeah, I dug what I've seen.
It's a solid read. The anime, the big thing with the anime is I don't see a reason to choose it over the manga unless you're just absolutely fucking afraid of reading.
Also, the action scenes are still pretty cool.
Some of them, a lot of them just kind of come off as lazy Sakuga. Like, I get Sakuga's hard to do in general, but it's like, dude, just fucking give the animators a break. Fucking take a couple of months off. That we can just... It's just... you could
Is this a
fix
shite
it
list or
probably
a
very
good
simply.
list? It's kind of a mix of both. I'll say that.
Yeah, I have definitely seen worse ranker lists.
But then you gonna do your sign off, Tay?
Oh yeah. Later, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Remember, when you die, people will miss you, or they won't. If you live your life like an asshole, then they won't. So
I don't know. Some
stay
people are
gold.
gonna die and be well remembered despite that. Despite that they're assholes.
Yeah, probably. So stay gold. Remember, the complexion of your soul is beautiful. The color is yellow. And smile at everyone you know, so you shine above the sun. This is Mellow Yellow. Out.
Tay's really going to play Animal Crossing? Yeah, probably.
No, that's why I gotta get up early.
I still, though, I do not understand the range of Black Clover's popularity. Like,
It's pretty high.
It's the only. It's a true shonen. It really is. It
Yeah.
feels like all the shonen you grew up with, and that's why people like it so much. 'Cause
I'd
it's
say,
one
yeah,
of the
if
few
you want to
shonen
know
that feel
why
that way.
people like it, that is
It
why
just
people
steers
like it.
into the tropes.
it's not a
and
matter
that's
of
kind
why
of
people
nice.
like it, it's just it's so highly regarded as well.
Yeah.
And ends up beating out in terms of popularity shows that pretty much anyone will agree are better shows in it.
The anime blows. I mean, that's pretty much what everyone agrees on. But
The anime
still
gets
pretty popular.
better, but it's still, if you ask me, not worth the time compared to just reading the comic.
Okay, I read a good chunk of it. I need to actually go back because I caught up with it, and then like it was like took a short break, and I just didn't ever catch up.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to linger on Black Clover because it's not like it's one of those ones. It's like popcorn, dude. You just keep going for it, man.
It's like I said, bro. It's
enjoy
just
it and go for it. But when you like, you know, if you have like one piece of popcorn and then keep waiting and waiting and waiting until you have that second piece of popcorn, you're probably gonna lose your taste for it. I'm one of those people. I just shovel that shit into my mouth as fast as I can.
I'd rather rewatch Claymore. Gross.
It's Lady Attack on Titan.
I always got a more of a wannabe Berserk vibe from it.
In fairness, there was probably like a whole escalation from Berserk. Kind of like My Hero being like the descendant of Dragon Ball, but only after like several other shows.
I know, well, most people consider it the descendant of Naruto, but fair enough.
Yeah, which was also directly inspired by Dragon Ball. All of the
Well,
big three
no,
artists
there's no-
say their biggest influence was Dragon Ball.
And hell, the original big popular series of Dragon Ball and JoJo back then, it was all about that good Fist of the North Star. This is what the big inspiration was for everyone.
See, that's kind of the interesting thing about Dragon Ball is very totally different from
Ah, bastard.
the other action shows of the same period. Also, you know, because of its simpler art style, it aged a lot more gracefully. But yeah, no, it is always weird to me that Black Clover ranks among the best, or it's even, in this case, ranked above what is considered the best.
No, it was
Despite most
inspired by
people universally
Teenage
agree, it's not.
Leave ninjas.
Well, I don't really have much to say about Black Clover. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be a little lower, but it's not something I'm about to throw a fucking fight for. What?
Like your normal
This is
reaction
also-
to the ranker list. Ouch.
Yeah.
Number
No,
11.
I'm actually kind of depressed that this ranker list is not worse, because I was ready to have a field day, and I was just kind of like, I would have put it down a little bit lower. That's fair. Aside from number 1, because Naruto Shippuden is not that good.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, number 11.
Number 11 is One Piece.
Finally.
It had to be on there somewhere.
What's there to say? It's One Piece. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it or you don't.
And it's a classic for a
It's
reason.
One Piece. It like after you watch the first season, is that really going to get much better? Like it'll get a bit better. It's not going to get any worse. If you like it from the first season, you'll probably continue liking it. If you don't like it from the first season, you probably won't like it. It's one of those really hard to debate shows.
Very true.
Like, it's not like Naruto or Bleach with their massive quality drops. Especially not as like vexing as Naruto, because you know, Naruto dips in quality, then shoots back up, and then dips in quality again. Bleach at least had the fucking consideration to dip in quality and stay terrible.
It has a pirate version of Michael Jackson. It has a pirate version of the one
It's a pirate version of pretty much everyone at this point.
of the freaking
It fucking-
trans guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah. And that one's a much more obvious reference.
Yeah, because it's just that character. That's it. Like, it is without question.
Yeah. One Piece, I don't have much to say. It should be probably higher on this list, but definitely higher than Naruto. But, like,
That's
not
fair.
by a ton. Definitely significantly higher than Shippuden.
Yes. Hell,
What is number 12?
my freaking brother actually is taking the time to just go and watch all of One Piece because he likes it so much. But number 12
Which is fair.
is the last of the big three, Bleach.
It should be lower.
It should be lower.
Having a good first season and a solid second season, and everything fucking be bad after that. Oh, it needs to be lower. Its first season might be top 20 material. Its first season. Its second season, you can fucking talk about all the cool fights you want. The second season starts showing a lot of problems. And I'm counting the second season as technically a second and third season.
Second arc is the second and third season, yes.
The
Which
Soul Reaper arc, the Substitute Soul Reaper arc, solid Monster of the Week formula arc. Got a lot of cool vibes. I love the tone. Fantastic music. Second season keeps the cool music. Loses a lot of the tone. A lot of that mystery's gone. And just turns into a bunch of fights that you start getting kind of burnt out on.
It's like an edgy version of Inuyasha. Huh. I can honestly say I've never heard it described that way, but...
I have never heard it described that, and now I hate it more.
What is it?
James says he did not check out Bleach because he felt it was just about to be an edgy Inuyasha.
And
Inuyasha's pretty fucking edgy.
what?
Like when you actually watch
Makes no
it.
sense. It's nothing like Inuyasha.
This is well, it has samurai in it.
Big cool guy with big sword.
It has
Who
cool guy
shoots
with big sword
waves at people.
Yeah.
who does shoot the sword beam at people.
Yeah, but Inuyasha's a freaking half demon.
Well,
Ichigo's so
Ichigo is half Soul Reaper, half Hollow, half Quincy.
Yeah, he is half Soul Reaper, half Hollow, half Quincy, half human.
yeah, he's fucking everything. What the hell is up with Bleach? I swear.
But yeah, no, Hollow, being half Hollow, like he was from kind of the beginning, being half Hollow is pretty much being half demon.
Yeah, being half Hollow is literally the same as being half demon.
No.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Hollows are literally just evil
Like how-
spirits.
Well, okay, let me put it this way, Miss Ashley.
No.
What happens when Ichigo's Hollow part of him takes full control?
Yeah, what does
Over the
happen,
bottom.
Ashley, when evil Hollow takes control of Ichigo?
He goes on a
turns on
fucking
light.
rampage.
He goes on
What
demon
happens?
rampage.
What happens when Inuyasha turns full demon, which doesn't fucking make sense, but roll
I
with
don't
it?
know. I don't know.
What happens when Inuyasha goes full demon? Which actually doesn't make any sense. What happens? Because if he's a half demon, he can't go full demon because he is already a half demon.
It's really his demon blood taking over. That's really what it is. Can't change genetics.
Yup, he stops being a strawberry. That's right, that is what happens. Sounds like you did watch the show. Don't lie to me.
Who?
James, I was joking because he said that he'll stop turning into a strawberry. And I said, like, that clearly you did watch the show.
Actually,
Don't lie
no,
to
that
me.
analogy is making more and more sense the more I think about it. Because again, both are shows where I would have very different opinions of them if they ended sooner. Like,
Agreed.
if Inuyasha took like one season to fix the Shikon Jewel, I probably love the show, to be honest.
Oh, that's what I was trying to find out.
But the fact that it took 200 episodes
Ow.
really hurts my opinion of the show.
Oh, this is my first.
Like, if they actually just, we fixed the jewel and we killed Naraku and it's been 26 episodes, I'd have a very different opinion of the show.
Ouch. I did for
You
like
can't run for 200
like 4
episodes and have. You can't run for 200 episodes and have no character character development and get away with it.
Says
And that
you.
applies to both shows. Well, apparently you can't get away with it. Bleach is getting re-upped. Inuyasha got re-upped. Oh my god. What is next on this list?
Ah, damn it. Ouch. Let's see. Number 13 is good old Kimetsu no Yaiba, otherwise known as
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer,
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
which means the same
Because
thing,
I'm-
by the way.
Yeah, the tagline for the English is just, the subtitle in English is just the title.
Yes.
So it's Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer.
yes.
They took
so,
the Yu Yu Hakusho approach, I see.
So yes, its name is just Demon Slayer.
That should be higher than a lot of these shows.
Well,
Like-
I haven't watched it. I don't plan to watch it, but I don't think I'd care for it anyway.
I think you'd get a good amount of enjoyment out of it, but I don't think you'd love it.
Probably.
It still follows a lot of the shonen tropes, so I think you would still have fun with it.
Alrighty, the profile.
Ooh, that's not good.
Like, much more so than a lot of these other shows like Attack on Titan and Full Metal. It
Yeah.
is much more shonen show. It's just a darker and edgier shonen. Well, it is edgier, but not like full on edge. Like, you might argue that it has a properly dark tone. But no, it's better than Bleach. Bleach is better than a lot of. A lot of things are better than Bleach.
Oh god, I wish I could find that other.
Also, like, it's actually ending, so that's a bonus over like a lot of these shows. Like,
Oh,
good on them. They're like, we're gonna run for 200 chapters, and it looks like they're gonna land right on that mark.
Well, that's not good.
okay.
Not 200 chapters, is pretty good. Much longer. You just kind of dragging your feet. there.
Bastard.
Those are my pictures.
Number 14. That's on my list, on my watch
I'm
list.
probably just gonna
I-
keep parroting it. Should be above Bleach.
I'd watch it if it was readily available in English, but no streaming service I own has it in English.
For what?
Demon Slayer,
Demon Slayer.
is airing on Adult Swim in
Oh, it's
English.
just because it's on.
That's true.
it's on
I don't
Amazon.
watch TV, and
Oh, no,
that's
I'm not
still not
saying
readily available.
No, I'm saying that's why it's not readily available.
See if it's on
Because its
demand.
dub is airing specifically there. So Funimation, which does have the rights to Demon Slayer, does not have
Actually-
streaming rights for it.
I mean, actually,
For-
it's
Is it
Aniplex.
Aniplex again?
Yes. Which they do have a deal with them, which is also why a bunch of Aniplex stuff is now on. Funimation now, which is how I'm currently watching shows like Magi.
That's fair. So what is number 14?
It is Death Note.
Should be above
Death Note?
Bleach. Also, what?
Yeah, it's shonen.
What the fuck?
I like how you're saying Death Note. I'm looking at a bunch of Death Note stuff.
I mean, it is in the shonen demographic, I guess.
Literally is
So-
in Shonen Jump, bro.
Yeah. It is, however, as shonen is described as a genre, has no similarities to what shonen
Only the
offers.
weak watch dubs. Only the not weebs watch dubs.
The weak watch dub.
Fair.
No, dubs.
Despite having nothing in common with the shonen genre, as most people describe the genre, I would still consider it a better shonen than Bleach. Moving on. Death Note's fine. I didn't really care for it. Not my thing.
That's ridiculous. I don't want that. Okay. Alright, this is this.
Anything to add to that, Zachariah?
Okay, this is
Nope. I watched some of it. It's fine. Didn't like it.
Same. Didn't like it, still thought it was pretty good, but not my thing. What's number 15? Would you free up a sec?
It is your favorite show, Fairy Tail.
That is one of the few things I don't know if I can readily say should be above Bleach. I knew this was coming, and now it prompts the question, do I think it's better than Bleach? Which is a much harder answer than it should be. Because Fairy Tail is just subpar the whole time. Like, Bleach is pretty solid and drops significantly after that. So, although Bleach starts significantly better than Fairy Tail, it ends arguably a lot worse. So, Fairy Tail is just one piece if you have no tastes. Or just really starved for shonen. Or just have a different opinion than me. I don't know, I'm fucking stupid.
Death Note is better than Bleach, but I got bored and couldn't care less.
Yep. That's fair.
with it.
I have the feeling we're going to be running into a lot of that now.
But number 16
No, Death Note's awesome. I
is
need-
Assassination Classroom.
I do need to watch
That should be significantly higher. Well, maybe
Yeah.
not significantly.
It should be
But
higher though,
higher
because
too.
it's absolutely great.
It is much better than most of the things we've just discussed. Well, most of the things below 10. Yeah, it's a fun show. It's a good show. Lasted exactly as long as it should have lasted.
Yep. Had a
Big
great
sad
ending.
at the end.
Yep. I have no complaints. I like the cast. I love the ending. I like the twist. I like when we get to know him. Yep.
I can't think of a lot of like actual flaws. Like if I wanted to nitpick it, I'd pretty much probably just come up with things I think it could have done better rather than things that were actually like big problems. It's a solid show. It's fun, it's good. Watch it. Streaming now on Funimation.
Yep.
That does kind of work.
Next.
Number 17. I also think I watched it on Netflix actually.
Fair enough.
Assassination
What is number
Classroom?
17?
It's one of my own.
Man, I'm gonna keep having to say this phrase. Yeah, that should be higher.
Yeah, Dr. Stone. It's great, dude.
Never mind.
Dr. Stone is one of the few shows where I have very little problem with the main character being significantly overpowered. Because it makes the show engaging. See, a problem people seem to have with Isekai, which is a very big perpetrator of this problem, is to make a main character overpowered and then do very little with it. The main character will just be unstoppable until some bullshit makes them less unstoppable.
That's the outlet.
Yep.
Dr. Stone, which is pretty much shown in Isekai, harboring the traits of both. Dr. Stone actually has a reason for the main character to be overpowered, and it's great. And it is one of the only shows I can think of where the main character is literally the entire motive force for the show. And that's great. That is, it is one of the few shows where the lead character absolutely should be the lead character.
Yep. As
And the
we've
show is better
said in
for-
the past, yeah, the show is actively a better show because it has the main character in it.
Like, And that seems, some people might claim that's kind of an asinine topic. But take, for example, again, Naruto. Naruto is a show where almost everyone agrees the supporting cast is better than the main cast. Like, if Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were replaced with pretty much any 3 other characters, the show would be better.
I feel like the show would be unchanged if any of the rest of the cast was just not the main characters.
What?
I feel like the show of Naruto is bad, is really hurt only because the show would be unchanged if it had a different main characters.
I mean, technically, they all, well, with the exception of Sakura, who just does not get anything, the poor lady. Yeah, Naruto and Sasuke have plot reasons why they are the main characters. They don't... Sasuke is just fucking terrible, and Naruto... Yeah, he's just kind of a fucking nuisance for most of the show. Like, frankly, other characters are just more engaging, and the show ends up significantly stronger when we follow story arcs revolving around secondary characters. Dr. Stone, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. You could trade out the supporting cast. They literally do that.
Fairly
and the
frequently.
show, yeah, well, not fairly frequently. The supporting cast as of the end of season 1 is more or less the supporting cast that will be there the entire time. But they're literally like, oh, well, these 2 characters that are following him aren't that strong, so we'll just make a new supporting cast. And they do. And it works out better. And then they bring everyone together. Spoilers, despite the fact that it is ham-fisted and obvious. Fucking Senku drags that show behind him. That show is fucking fantastic, and a very big reason is because Senku is the main character. And not a lot of shows on this list could say that.
No, in fact, it's one of the big problems people have with shonen as a whole.
I mean, hell, Hunter x Hunter literally, like,
Gets rid of its
2
main
or 3 of its
character.
main arcs. The main character is not even a main character in the arc. The last arc of the show revolves around one of the supporting characters, or technically one of the main characters, but not the main character. The last arc of the show literally revolves around, like, the main character's best friend. God. So yeah, no, that should be higher on this list. And there's one other show that is going to be on this list, and I'm really pissed it's already this low. So let's get to number 18.
And that's Full Metal Alchemist. The original.
I mean, that's wrong, but, I forgot about it, so, fair enough. Like, but again, also, yeah, it's actually a really bad shonen. But the original is also a really good drama, so,
Yeah.
should it be this low on the list? Maybe as a shonen, so fair enough, I guess. But as a show, it is better than most of the things we've listed, or about half the things we've listed. Yeah, I don't have much to talk about there. You got anything, Zach?
Nah, not really.
Alright, number 19?
Yeah, 19. Ham-fisted. A boy and his robot. Hell yeah, it is.
Boy and His Robot, again. The sequel, the original.
Yeah, not the sequel, the opposite.
Yeah, I know, but it's the second one that came up, so it's the sequel. Like how the Hobbit movies are a sequel to the Lord of the Rings movies, but they're actually a prequel, and the book they're based off came out beforehand by like 20 years. So what is next on the list?
Number 20. Oh, no, sorry. Number 19. Tokyo Ghoul.
I've never watched it.
Same.
Alright, number 20.
Number 20, Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Could be
Agree.
a little higher,
Yeah.
but like, you know, you don't get over your first 30 episodes being pretty shit, and then the remainder of your series having a lot of problems, and your biggest arc having an ending that is probably the worst ending to any arc in Dragon Ball's history.
Which one? Oh, yeah. No, never mind. I got it.
I'm talking specifically the full ending, like not, not the cool bits that come before the ending, just the ending. That being said, Dragon Ball Super does have a lot of good things going for it, and it's like reverse Bleach, actually, now that I think about it. It starts out as straight garbage, and ends up in a pretty good spot. Not the best, it still has problems, but, you know, pretty solid. So what is number 21? We don't need to beat that dead horse anymore. We've beat the shit out of Super on this fucking channel before.
Yeah. Number 21, Soul Eater.
I'm getting more and more pissed. There's one show that hasn't been mentioned yet, and it should have been mentioned, but we'll get to it. Soul Eater.
It's dope, dude. I love that show.
Eh. Both the anime and the manga have the problem of, again, they fall off, similar to Bleach.
It's fair.
Like, and they both fall off pretty hard. The anime less so, surprisingly.
Yeah.
At least the anime doesn't bore me before its shitty ending.
It's very fair.
Like, yeah, we miss out on some of the cool shit that happens in the manga, but what are you gonna do?
Number 22, Food Wars.
Ew.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
I'm gonna have
it's
fucking...
It's porn with fucking food. I don't know. I guess I like watching the cooking channel if people were naked while it was going on.
Yeah, I agree. I also think I would like the cooking channel if people were naked and just having sex while they cooked food. I guess.
I mean, I probably could do without seeing Gordon Ramsay's dong, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Well, you know, you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you gotta have an older
Sometimes
British
you get
man's
something and
dong,
you didn't
bro.
know you wanted it.
Yeah,
Maybe I did want to see Gordon Ramsay's dong, even though I don't think I do.
because you don't know. Maybe
knows?
it's the perfect dong.
Who knows? Thankfully, I'll probably never find out. But who knows?
Yeah, I'll pass on Food Wars. I haven't watched it, and I still literally have zero interest.
See, that is all the things from what I know of that show, it is all the things I dislike about degenerate fan service shows without any of the things I do like about those shows.
Yeah,
I'm cool with degeneracy and fan service when they fuel the character interactions and the comedy.
instead,
when it's just there to be
mean,
there, I don't care for it.
yeah,
I'll just go watch porn.
there's a main plot, and then there's that happens sometimes as well.
23, I suppose we're on?
Yes, we're on 23. And finally, it makes the list. Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's actually not what I was thinking, but also, yeah, no, I'm gonna have an aneurysm again. I was
Yep.
preoccupied with a different show, but that is literally one of the de facto definitive fucking marks in history for shonen anime.
I like Soul Eater. Yeah, dude, I love Soul Eater. But yeah, absolutely, Yu Yu Hakusho is considered one of the greats, one of the great classic shonen anime at a time when they were really popular.
It is the definitive shonen anime from the 90s. Finished in the 90s. Dragon Ball started in the
Yes, in
80s.
1980s.
I would consider Yu Yu Hakusho the definitive 90s one. If I
Um,
was going to point out the best shonen anime of the 90s, it would be Dragon Ball. Or not Dragon Ball would be 80s. It would be Yu Yu Hakusho.
yeah. And
Got
you know what?
awesome
I'd
art
probably
style,
agree with you.
amazing tone.
I can't think of an alternative, but at this point, I agree.
I mean, you probably argue Kenshin or Trigun.
Trigun was early 2000s. It was in fact 2000, I think. Into 2001.
Now I want to look that up because that sounds wrong. I'm not saying it is wrong, I'm saying it sounds wrong.
But then, yeah, it'd be Yu Yu Hakusho for me. Or it'd be freaking Trigun for me. Because, God, I love that fucking show.
Holy shit, it was Madhouse. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Nope, 1998.
Yeah, it was Trigun's the best one. What are we talking about?
Hard for me to say. It's been a while since I watched Trigun. But Shonen Battle anime, yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho's only huge competitor I can think of is Rurouni Kenshin,
Yeah.
which upon reviewing is really fucking boring.
I can't say. I haven't watched it in
The first like 10 episodes, like
Probably
the
an
ending of
actual
every episode
decade.
turned out to be. Yeah, I tried rewatching it and I got about 10 episodes in. So in fairness, I can't talk about the very famous Kyoto arc, but every episode, the climax of every episode was, "Oh my God, he's the Batosai."
The
man.
Manslayer. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, that's pretty cool.
It was cool for a couple episodes, then it got really fucking old.
It is on my list of rewatches, though, for sure. It will
Look,
be
if I
really
had to
seen.
choose between someone blurting out, "It's a Batosai," to show how cool and powerful my main character is, I would choose a lot of other shows.
He is
like,
the
if I had to choose
Batosai.
between
The
someone screaming-
Manslayer.
If I had to choose between someone screaming, "It's a Batosai," and watching Kenshiro literally walk through a collapsing skyscraper,
That was fucking cool, dude. Holy shit.
yeah, one of them very effectively shows how awesome and cool the main character is. And the other one gets really fucking old.
Yeah, but dude, the Nine Dragon slash is pretty cool.
I mean, there's cool shit in the show, I'm not gonna deny there is. But, like, a lot of it's fucking boring.
And he fights with the reverse blade sword. The most impractical weapon of all time.
Also, as my dad pointed out when I was a young kid, that's the stupidest thing in the world. That would still kill someone.
Yeah, because you're essentially hitting with a steel... a steel narrow bat.
Also, from what little I understand of Japanese sword making, that wouldn't function as a weapon. It would break extremely easily.
Probably, yeah.
Because if I remember right, the blade, the front part of the sword is tempered to be very sturdy, while the back is designed to be more malleable. Or the other way around. Either way,
You got
there's
me.
two tempers. As I understand it, there are two tempers on the blade. And if you reverse it, it does not work properly. And would snap.
Yes.
But also, I'm not a Japanese fucking blacksmith, so don't listen to me. Alright.
Hell, I'm not a blacksmith at all. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
I technically
But
have
I
done
think you're
blacksmithing
right.
before. I
But
mean,
have-
cool hook.
Could you make
That's
a
excessive
reverse
by black.
blade sword?
No, I made a fucking metal hook.
I said could you, I didn't say did you.
Could I?
Yeah.
I could probably make a bad one.
So then you wouldn't be able to test if it works or not.
Oh, I could definitely make one that functions the way it does in the series. It would be shitty and probably break pretty quickly.
Gotcha.
I mean, but hell, you just hammer down a pipe and beat someone over the head with it, and it functions the same way.
Yeah, because it's literally just a blunt sword.
It is literally a length of extremely hard fucking steel that you're just beating someone with. So brain someone with that shit. Anyway, since we spent half of our discussion on Yu Yu Hakusho talking about not Yu Yu Hakusho. What is, I believe we're on 24 now.
So number 24 is Magi.
I feel like that should be higher,
Yeah.
but there's also a lot of things I would put above that, so middle
I
ground.
mean, it probably go in the top 15 from what I've seen.
Also, good important point, Trigun, which is weirdly both shonen and seinen,
Yeah.
it is a shonen show, so it's not on this list yet, and that's also upsetting.
Very true.
Now, to clarify for you people at home, we're not just old people who are bitter because our childhood favorites aren't on here.
I
It's
am.
that,
No, I'm
some of these are legitimately good shows and should be on here. We got no problem with new shows taking spotlight because a lot of them are actually
Yeah, dude.
better.
Dr.
than
Stone should be higher. That came
Dr.
out
Stone should be
literally months ago.
Demon Slayer should be a bit higher.
Yeah.
My Hero's actually about where it should be.
Number 3, yeah. Yeah.
And
If it's not number one, it needs to be a top 3 at the very
one of the
bare minimum.
biggest, newest shonen anime that is actually beating out most of the others on this list in popularity in Japan hasn't even made this list yet.
Wait,
I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Well, let's keep going. We'll see if it's on here.
Is what?
Oh, I didn't say what it was. I'm
No,
gonna wait till
no,
it's
no,
on this list.
no, not you. I was he Dreadbeard. That was what he said.
Oh, I don't know what is referenced to.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
All right, so what is number 25?
Number 25, one that should be way higher. Freaking Mob Psycho 100.
That's just insulting.
Cause yeah, number 25, Mob Psycho.
I mean,
100.
I have worn out the phrase "this should be above Bleach." Bleach made 13.
Yeah. Dude, this should be in top 3, bro. Like, this is really fucking good.
That is at least a top 5 show, if you ask me my opinion. That is a top 5 shonen show. Significantly better than
Magi.
its brother
What
series.
is Magi? Yeah, I brought up. Yeah, we didn't really talk about it.
It's a shonen anime set in a very Middle Eastern environment. Very
Imagine it's essentially a very weird telling of the story of Aladdin, but like nothing like the one you probably know. If you've heard the
Nothing
actual,
like the accurate one either.
Yeah.
Probably.
if you've heard the tale of the Arabian Nights, it's about them, but told very anime-ly. And I think highly inaccurately as well. But that's fine. It's
So
anime.
about on par with Disney's Aladdin.
Yeah, about on par with Disney's Aladdin. So that's what Magi is. Check it out. It's all on Netflix. It's so far it's been very good. Though a bit horny, like it's not excessively
shonen.
so. Like it's
Shonen's pretty horny.
it's
In
very. That's why I compare it to Seven Deadly Sins. It's smutty in the same way Seven Deadly Sins is.
That's actually one of the interesting things about shonen. Now that this has been brought up, is shonen has gotten less horny over the years.
Yes, dude. 2000s,
Like-
bro. All those characters were GTF, bro.
Yeah. Whereas like you get a little bit of it with My Hero.
Yeah.
Though
Though thankfully not in the main cast too much.
You get a little bit here and there, but mostly the only person who's super horny is Mineta, and they beat the shit out of him for it.
Yeah. Like Midoriya, he's horny, but he ain't going around looking for booty though.
More like he got crushes because he at that age, which is fair.
And like he's around like really hot women who seem to be into him, so I get it. I would also be awkward
I would too,
and
yeah.
have trouble dealing with it.
There are like 2 women. One of them is a sociopath, so take that as you will.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Fucking May gets real close, bro. May Hatsume.
Oh yeah, I forgot about May. Because she's not important.
Nah, she's.
I mean, she's
I actually
fun.
do like her, but yeah, she's not important. Saying
Although
she's
she's
not
one of
important
the
is accurate.
characters where her fun factor is decreased by the fact that I have met people like her, and I fucking hate them.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. Would you really like any anime character you like if you met them personally?
Some of them, yes. Midori I'd probably get along with just fine.
Oh yeah, no, but you're like favorites. Like I love Bon, but would I get along with Bon? I mean, probably not. He seems
No.
a bit
Probably
abrasive.
get along with Yusuke, he's a big shit talker.
No, I wouldn't. I would not. I'd be one of the kids who are scared of Yusuke. That would be my thing. Like I would be terrified of that kid. Kidding? He never shows up for school. He fucking picks fights with everybody. Yeah, no, I would just be blatantly
fair,
scared of him.
The show kind of frames it as he picked fights with shitty kids.
I mean, sort of. It doesn't really. From last, when I was just watching it, it seemed to frame he just picked fights with people who were looking for fights. It wasn't like he fought people who deserved it. No, he just kind of fought people who, in his own eyes, who were asking for it.
I mean, that's fair. But the people who the show shows were asking for it were actually kind of asking for it.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, Kuwabara asked for it every time. But he's
Yeah.
actually like the best person. Like he's framed as like the nicest person on the planet. Yes, and again, yes.
Where are we at? 26? What was 25?
25
I
was
already forgot what we were
Mob
talking
Psycho 100.
Yeah, no, it needs to be way
One of
higher.
the most spectacular animation of all time. Literally converting like actually not great art into such
Really
a
bad art, actually.
into like such gorgeous, vibrant visuals. Like with such use of color and my god, solid music. Literally, there's not a bad. Those intros are two of like the best intros in anime.
Hell, Mother's Basement, the big anime YouTuber whose big thing is reviewing anime openings, says had that either as his number 1 or number 2 of all time.
Which one?
First one.
Yeah.
Second one wasn't out yet.
Oh, fair.
Although he did highly praise that one. I personally prefer the first one, but that's just an opinion.
I
second
prefer
one
the
has-
song in the first one because it's more shonen actiony, but I kind of like the opening as
The
a
fun
whole.
visuals of
second one.
playing around with like old animation techniques is really dope.
God, the shot where it just shows the colored silhouettes and then it shows who they are. I love it. It looks so cool, dude.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Get ready.
Not to mention this, the cityscape one is a really interesting one because it's actually not animated, but they managed to work it to look good enough for its purposes. That's really good work there. Otherwise, that shot would have been like impossible to do.
Yeah.
Like, just all the detail they would be to recreate that same shot with animation. The amount of detail to put in to make it look similar would just be ridiculous. What's next on our list?
Number 26, Nogami.
What the fuck is? Oh, Noragami.
Noragami, my apologies. I've never seen it. I honestly know nothing about
I
it.
watched the first season and it just kind of felt like I was watching the first season of Bleach, so that's kind of neat.
So 26, yay. It's a good spot
Yeah,
then.
sure, probably.
Alright, this show should be way fucking higher. I'm gonna be real. Number 2. IQ
Yep.
is a sports anime. I don't like sports anime. This is like one of the greatest anime of all time. It is incredible.
IQ is considered arguably the best sports anime of all time and has been dominating Shonen Jump's popularity polls since it released.
It's literally got my favorite cast ever. And in terms of anime, like I love everybody. Even the antagonists, I was going to say bad guys, but no one's actually bad in this show, which is a real big problem with sports anime, let me tell you that right now. is they try and like have actual like villains, which are just these schools with evil kids essentially, which is always the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But like, this show doesn't have that. They all have like just different teams who have different play styles and different personalities, and they all feel like fully realized and fleshed out characters no matter what, and that's amazing. And then the main team, like the main characters of freaking Karasuno, oh man, they are all incredible. And Nishinoya is like one of my favorite characters ever.
I think the show was pretty good. I didn't really have that strong feelings of it though.
Yeah, I also mostly read it, but every time I've seen anything of the anime, I like it's like insane how good that show looks.
Anime conversely, and the anime is pretty good. Although I did not finish it.
Yeah, I need to. Dude, literally, Season 3 is just one game.
Yeah,
like,
that actually put me off kind of badly.
No, that's incredible. It instantly sells you on how important every moment of it is.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, it's not like it's shortened it's not like they just dragged out the manga chapter. Like, that match took place over the course of, like, multiple volumes.
I mean, that's fair. What is next on our list? Since I don't have a whole lot of input there, I think it's just good. It definitely should be higher on the list. Absolutely.
Yes.
But we've also gone through some of the most lackluster shonen anime, like Bleach and Fairy Tail. So, like, it should at least be 2 spots higher by that metric.
You should watch Bamboo Blade. I've heard of it. I have not checked it out, though.
I have not watched it in years. I really enjoyed it when I did watch it.
Number 28, Ashley's other favorite shonen anime, Inuyasha.
Yay!
That's a
How
shonen?
long is this list?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally, like, just shonen. Like, I know it's got, like...
Man, if this was 1 spot higher, I would say, Haikyuu should be at least 3 spots higher.
I feel like it's at a pretty appropriate spot, honestly. 28, it's not, like, exceedingly low, and it's not exceedingly high. Yeah. Inuyasha feels like a good 28.
Top 30 feels too good for it, but yeah, that's just me.
I would agree. I mean, I only agree with you because it feels like we're still missing some things, but the fact that Noragami also, or whatever it's called, also made it, and I've never even heard of it, so...
No, Noragami's actually a solid show. That's the key difference.
Yeah. Alright.
It's very heavily about Shintoism, if I interpret correctly.
Alright.
Which is always cool.
Number 29. I've only watched one whole 50-episode season, but dude, this show is so fucking great. Gintama is so good, and it should be way higher.
I'm gonna have 3 fucking aneurysms.
This show
Send me this fucking list. Send me this list.
Okay, I will send it to you.
So I can double check before I have my 3rd aneurysm.
I mean, we're still going through it, bro. It's 30 plus, and we're on 29.
Yeah.
And, oh man, Gintama is so great. Like, this is one of my favorite shonen since I finally checked it out. Like, I meant to for the longest time. Finally seeing it, I love it. Somehow, Gintoki Sakata is both the worst person ever created in anime, but the best character in anime. Literally, he's just a bad person. He owns his own business where he doesn't pay the rent money for. He hasn't paid his employees ever, and they don't really do anything. They're literally just mercenaries called odd jobs, and they just do whatever is asked of them very poorly.
Yeah, no. Although I would call this more comedy, yet still under the blanket of shonen.
Yeah, I mean, again, it is 100% just a comedy, but yeah. But it is just a comedy, but shonen is technically still part of a comedy as a genre.
Yeah.
And Gintama, honestly, is the best. Like, In terms of shonen comedy, that 100% is my all-time favorite. And I used to think Bobo
Also,
was untouchable.
again, impressively, in that 50 episodes, it got real fucking real in that last
And it
like,
was
12.
incredible.
And it was somehow better.
Yeah, it was like I already got to know these characters in these 50 episodes as these horrible degenerates that I should just not care about, but ended up loving them for it. And then once we got to 2 straight serious arcs behind it that were both incredibly well written and done, I now cared about everything happening to them and love them even more.
Oh my god.
But yes, it should be higher.
Now we're getting to the part of the list where I'm just getting mad.
Because you're like, God damn, this should be even higher. Like, actually should be higher.
Yeah, several of these need to be significantly higher.
Number 30.
Including the next one.
Number
because I
30.
accidentally scrolled a little too far.
Code Geass. The only mecha anime my fiance actually likes.
I like Gurren Lagann.
And Gurren Lagann, which you still haven't even
Code
finished.
Geass
I haven't
Albeit
watched all
has its
Code Geass
issues,
either. I missed a chunk
is
of
a
it.
fantastic show. I didn't realize it was Shonen.
I honestly hated it, but that's just me. I don't really like most mech anime, and it is very mech anime. It feels very much like traditional Gundam, with
Until
a
the
twist.
second season where it turns much more into popular, less traditional Gundam. Yeah, not much there. It should be higher on this list definitively, but I frankly wouldn't have put it on this list personally anyway. But if
Fair.
it's gonna be here, it should be higher.
Hey, number 31, the one we literally talked about the entire time we were supposed to be talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin. I think it should at least be in the top 30. Maybe not
Yeah,
incredibly
maybe.
high, but at least top 30. Like, this is number 31.
I would put it. Well, again, I would put it 3 spots higher personally.
Oh, like, because there's like 3 that you're like, should just not be this high up.
Yeah, three shows I still stand probably shouldn't be in the top 30 at all.
But yeah, as far as I remember it, because like I said, I need to. I have it on my list of stuff to watch. It is all on Netflix, which to my knowledge, without owning the DVDs, is the only place to watch it.
Okay, I just scrolled through because fuck it at this point. We're 30 in, and I'm seeing a lot of things, and I'm real pissed. Dude, if these are going to be on this list, they should be significantly higher. Why is that on this list?
Well, number 32 is Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo is a
is-
show that is still considered one of the best shows out there, especially for newcomers to anime.
Absolutely. I actually like it more than Cowboy Bebop, and that is a very unpopular opinion.
To some extent I agree, but that's just more taste preference than anything.
Same.
Bebop does have like structurally better things going on for it.
That's
like
fair.
the
I
fact
just
that
like
its
the
actual
characters,
plot
setting,
comes
and
up
stuff
more
that
than
happens.
just the beginning of the show and the end of the show and the mandatory referencing it once per episode.
Yeah. But I love Samurai Champloo, and yes, it should be way higher. It's honestly like he isn't joking. It is literally considered one of the greatest anime of all time, especially amongst like a show to introduce new Western fans anyway to anime in general.
This is top 10 material at a bare minimum. And it's
Oh,
at
yeah.
32.
And it barely makes, and it technically doesn't make the list because it's 30 plus.
33 confuses me all the fuck together.
33, No Game No Life. That is actually not even a subgenre in shonen. It just isn't shonen.
That is an isekai.
Well, an isekai can be shonen. However, this show is actually a seinen show specifically. It's intended for an adult audience.
which is really weird because it's more childish than a lot of the shows that are considered shonen.
That's fair, but yeah, when I've looked this up before because Austin and I were talking about it, and yes, it is not shonen, it is seinen.
So that's just wrong.
Yeah, it just shouldn't be on this list.
All right, next one.
34. Magi again.
The first and second season have two different titles. The first
Oh.
season is the Labyrinth of Magic. The second season is the Kingdom of Magic.
Okay, well this is the Kingdom of Magic. I
Which
feel
you
like
haven't gotten to, and I don't remember much of.
okay. I'll only say it's probably this low just because most people put Magi up for vote and then just didn't realize they separated the first and second seasons.
Yeah.
That would be my only guess. So I don't think that's a misplacement. I think that's just not in the spot it should be, just because people who were voting didn't realize they were separate. Because it's not, the other one doesn't have a subtitle. It's just called Magi. But I guess it doesn't matter.
Speaking of confused, the next one as well.
35.
Although at least a little more shonen.
Yeah, I mean the themes are 100% shonen.
Yeah.
35 is Gurren Lagann. Like I said, the time
it's gonna
skip
be on this
is
list-
like kind of meh, but like that first 2/3 is absolutely incredible.
I would even put the time skip at least in the top 25.
There's something in there. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
again,
still
like, the
good
show as
shit.
a whole, top 15 at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
it's
Like
gonna be
I
on
don't
this list, it
I
should be
honestly
significantly
don't
high.
think it would be top 10. Despite it's like how great it is. Like I love the characters,
There's
the animation's
better
great.
shows.
Yeah,
that's the
there-
thing. That's just plain and simple. There's better shows. It's
Yeah.
not that this is a bad show. This show does little wrong. It's just that there are better shows, and that's
Yeah.
just at a certain point you got to pick between a bunch of shows that are actually just good.
Yeah, you'll get to a point where it's no longer just a list of what it needs to be on the list, but there are better. It just doesn't make like top 10, top 15. Yeah, I can agree with top 15. I think 15's a good spot.
Speaking
for
of
it.
top 15, next one is also at least top 15, if not top 10, if not top
Number
5 for some people.
36 is one of my favorite series of all time. It literally has who I can honestly say is my favorite anime character. Vash the Stampede is probably my favorite freaking character. No joke. I just love his whole personality, his character, everything about him is what is just, I love it. It's hard for me to even think of issues I have with
I don't know
him.
how many aneurysms I can have while looking at this list. This list started off pretty okay.
Also,
and
like
just-
Nicholas D. Wolfwood's like the absolute best. Holy shit. So number 37 is Overlord. Again, is not actually shonen. It is also seinen.
but if it were, it would be higher on this list.
It would be, absolutely, because it's very good. It is loads of fun. Great,
I would
great cast of
consider it in a
characters.
similar spot as Attack on Titan, where, yeah, it might be shonen, but only in a very technical way.
Actually, it isn't. I looked that one up. That's also just not shonen.
Like,
But yeah, it would be way
the fact
higher
that it's
if it
on
was.
this list is frustrating. The fact that it's this low on the list is frustrating.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably still only like top 20, top 15, but yeah, no, it would absolutely like.
That's hard for me to say because again, it's in the wrong genre.
Well, so I guess this one could be considered a shonen. It fits a lot of the tropes of it. So Sword Art Online, yeah, I think it is genred as a shonen. I'm pretty sure.
Seems about right.
So
I hate that I'm going to say this. This should be higher on this list.
yeah, I think it
Not
at
by a
least
ton,
deserves just 30.
but-
Like
yeah, I would actually put this a little bit higher.
yeah, like 20.
I don't have a high
28.
opinion, as everyone knows, of Sword Art, but I'm not unreasonable. It has its qualities.
It's great animation. Characters are hit and miss, but like I'd say animation, And a
The
few
characters
of
are, at least for most people, entertaining, if not deep or complex. They're
Yeah.
at least
they're very
fun for a lot
simple.
of people.
Eh,
When it comes to the extended show, yeah, it's a big problem. When it comes
Absolutely.
to the part that everyone actually likes,
Yeah, Aincrad.
not really.
It's Aincrad. It's literally just the first arc. Actually, Gun Gale's not the worst. I didn't mind it, and I actually need to watch part
It's
4.
kind of a similar problem as Inuyasha. Inuyasha's characters would not be a problem if not for the length of the series.
Yeah. I also need
Like-
to watch the Alkazation stuff.
Like, Inuyasha has a very fun cast of characters that just unfortunately don't develop much. And their
That's fair.
very stagnant development is a major problem for a series that is 200 episodes long.
Hey, number 39. My fiance's actual favorite anime ever. Pokemon.
Yeah, no, that's probably actually about a good spot for it. Pokemon's not a very good show. I hear good things about Sun
That's
and
cold.
Moon.
But you're right.
What?
He's saying, honestly, it's not a very good show. It probably should be at number 39.
I mean, early Pokemon, yeah, probably higher. But
That's
it's
why.
it's a kid show.
That's why I always compare it to
It is-
Digimon. The thing about Digimon is Digimon at its worst is worse than Pokemon at its worst. But Pokemon is bad more than Digimon is.
Digimon has at least two
Fine.
seasons that are just considered good anime, like regardless of being kid shows or not.
Yeah, the first season, Digimon Adventure is great, and Digimon Tamers is spectacular. Literally created by a horror director.
Or writer, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, he worked on Lane and a lot of shows like that. Super psychological
existential dread
horseshit.
in my kid show. That's what I needed.
And
But it worked. As a kid, I
Which-
liked it, and as an adult, I liked it.
it's actually funny because the show doesn't have that until like the end of it when when they introduce the last villain, and it gets super fucking creepy and weird.
Yeah, it actually turns into
A
the best
psychological horror.
Not even psychological. It is actually just straight horror. It is something that literally destroys you if it touches you. Like
Yep.
for Digimon, it just you're gone. That's it.
The D Reaper. It's its
That didn't
name.
age well. That name didn't age well.
Bro, it's the D Reaper, bro. It gets in there. It's just some ragu.
The next fucking one is the one that I've been having an aneurysm for 20 spots now.
Number 40. One of Isaac's favorite new anime, Promised Neverland.
That is considered the third best show in Shonen Jump, and is actually by Japanese polls beats out Black Clover, My Hero Academia, and Dr. Stone.
Ouch. Ha. Yep. But it's only in the top 40, barely surviving.
And also had, out of all of them, easily the best first season.
Yeah.
Like,
And the second season set
I
to
would-
come out in sometime.
as much as I love My Hero Academia, no, the first season Promised Neverland's better. Like, I'll fight people on that.
Oh
Fight
yeah,
people
it's
to that.
I even said I actually didn't like My Hero at first. Granted, going back to that first season, I actually
I still like the
kind of
first season.
absolutely love it. But
The first season, I enjoyed the first season. It was when we got to the sports festival that I was like, oh my god, I love this show. Oh my god. Look, goddamn 40. One of the best modern anime. Best modern manga. And now at 41, one of the best classics.
yep, Berserk. Which, you know what? This is an anime list, so it's fair. That's the only reason it's
It does
okay.
have a non-ending. Well, okay. For shows on this list, tons of them have equally bad endings.
Yeah. Well, it's because the original anime, of course, ran before
It
the
was an
series was
ad.
even close to being finished.
Yeah, it was an ad for the manga. Which
Yeah.
is a lot of a lot of anime series of this style were pretty much just ads for the manga. Like, hey, check out, here's a taste of Berserk, now come read the manga.
It's kind of how like
Hell, it's
Shonen
big
Jump's doing
here
their
that
current
the
thing.
anime adaptation. Also, again, wrong genre. Berserk is the most famous seinen.
Yeah, no,
Anime.
that's also adult anime, but I will only, like I said, it's the original anime has like some stuff going for it, but some problems. Mostly its length and it cuts out a lot, and I hear it does have some pacing issues. But every other anime since has been fucking terrible. So if you're comparing it to the current anime, current animes plural because there's like singular movies that they're throwing out every once in a blue moon. Wow, those are bad.
I'm really interested in the fact that
They're aggressively bad.
oh my fucking god. Alright, so I'm done going through this list,
Okay.
like one by one. Kuroko's Basketball is on here twice.
Oh, is it?
But it's under its English name and its Japanese name.
Adorable. Yeah, Kuroko's basketball.
In fact,
Kuroko
it would
no
actually
basket.
beat out. It would probably be in the top 25
God, this
if
goes
not
so
for
far.
the fact that they're in two different spots.
I was gonna say it only goes to 50, and then
Some
it keeps going.
fucking weeb was like, "No, I'm not voting for Kuroko's Basketball. I only vote for Kuroko no basket."
I'm just a fucking loser. I only vote for Kuroko no basket.
Code Geass Season 2, considered to have one of the best endings of any anime out there you can watch. So I can only assume it's this low on the list because it got split away from the original.
Yeah, like we said about
Bungo Stray Dogs I've never seen.
I really want to. That's like first on my list of stuff.
Case Closed is a classic, but also, you know,
I mean, is actually shonen, but yeah, it's like it's yeah.
it's really fun for a while.
But
it's like, dude, I
it's
don't
the
know how
same
you have
formula
literally
forever.
Over 1,000 episodes, 1,000 manga chapters, where it's literally just we're gonna spend a couple of chapters solving a murder mystery.
Well,
I don't know how you managed
it's
to do that
literally
for that
just
long.
it's a mystery of the week, but they always make no sense and are just all solved in the most hilariously silly ways. But the problem is, it's always the same thing.
Fate Zero is fantastic and should be significant. This
I'm actually surprised
Uh,
it's not higher for how insanely popular it was.
Psyche K.
Oh, the
I've
disastrous
never watched-
life of Psyche K. It looks cool. I'll give it. I'll say that. In terms of anime comedies, it looks good.
It's got Sunny Straight.
does
Hajime
Sunny
no
Straight play
Ippo
Saki?
is-
Psyche.
I believe so.
Oh, that's
Hajime
cool.
no Ippo was literally the face of
Let me
sports
look it
anime before Haikyuu
You
came
know, Sunny
along.
Straight has something new.
Which
In
is
fact,
funny because it came
arguably
along
the-
like 2 years later.
Manga, maybe anime, not significantly longer time. Hajime no Ippo is old. The anime is old enough to have actually been animated with cells.
Didn't Hajime
It
no
was-
Ippo come out in like 2007?
No, it came out in like 2002.
Huh. Alright.
Let me
Oh my gosh.
double
that's
check my
from
facts there, but
2016.
Sounds good.
uh, and the manga has been running steadily since 1989.
Jesus.
The original anime aired in 2000 and ran till 2002. The movie came out in 2003, an OVA in 2003, and another television series started in 2009. And another series in 2013. So, get fuck. Psychopath! Why is Psychopath here? I couldn't even confuse that with Shonen if I tried. It's a fucking detective thriller fucking sci-fi show. This is great. I'm gonna look it up. We'll talk at the same time. 53 is fucking Steins Gate.
Yeah, I saw that.
54 is Hitman Reborn. That's actually probably a good spot for it. It's not a good show.
From what I saw, what I read of the manga, I'm surprised it's that high.
Fist of the North Star is literally one of the most famous shonen manga and anime of all time.
Yeah, in fact, you know what's crazy? When Axeman's former like Japan like foster parents came to visit, and they got to meet his like brother and stuff.
I've heard this story before, but it's pretty great.
Yeah, he met he said he doesn't know much about Japan, but he knows the meme of fuck from North Star. Amai mo wo shinderu. And apparently, yeah, they played out the scene and like actually react to it, because even though they don't watch anime, they said it's just like a big part of Japanese culture is Fist of the North Star. So, like, you know, everyone knows about it.
55.
Yeah.
Number 56 is Evangelion.
That's sure, sure, whatever.
Number 57 is The Gray Man.
See, I didn't like D. Gray Man.
Yeah, I didn't either, so whatever.
Yeah, so
Number 58 is Hunter x Hunter.
Again. What?
I can only imagine it's the 90s series is why this is here.
Oh. Yeah,
but
I didn't hear good things about that.
It just says Hunter x
Hunter. Nice.
So it could still be the same one, and pretty much everyone who voted on this was probably thinking the new one.
Right.
Shaman King. That's a hard say. Because it gets really bad, but it starts pretty strong.
Once you get to the tournament stuff, it gets really fucking stupid.
Saint Seiya is one of the most famous anime as well.
Mm-hmm.
And is at 60.
Nice.
Slam Dunk is one of the progenitors of the sports genre as we know it.
Yep.
Kenichi, yeah, 62 is probably a good spot for Kenichi. That's a pretty bad show.
Yeah, I didn't like Mighty's Disciple.
I soaked that shit up because I was starved for any shonen that was not Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece. But, Number 63 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Again.
For the... What? The third time? What the fuck? Well, regardless, I think I'm going to go into one final game. I think we should find ourselves a Watch Mojo list. We also promised one Watch Mojo list.
Well, I promised nothing. I was going to bitch about Watch Mojo, but...
I mean, feel free, but...
God.
But I need some facts so I can bitch more accurately.
That's fair. All I remember was top 10 anime openings of all time. Number 1, Pokemon. The American opening.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
And, the worst part was, from what I remember, it wasn't a terrible list. And then it came... Fuck Pokemon. Boruto made 67. That's probably right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Although, funny enough, for very different reasons, this actually had more people vote on it than almost everything else for, like, the last 30-some slots. It's just the only one I've seen so far that got more down votes than up votes. With 2,100 for and 2,700 against.
Jesus. I mean, everything I watched at Boruto did kind of suck.
Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. It's 69. 1. Nice. Second. What?
I mean,
fuck?
If it is shonen, then that seems pretty low for one of the most famous mech anime of all time.
Also, again, actually got more downvotes than upvotes, with 674 and 799 against.
All right, let's see some.
And One Piece again.
So as we know, there's
and
only
again, and Bleach and Dragon Ball again.
There's only. Well, we
okay.
No, don't forget,
hold
we had Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. We didn't have Dragon Ball.
Well,
What'd you
one,
do?
that's just absolutely insulting. Two, 75th place, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, there it is. I was wondering where that one was.
And Baki the Grappler underneath it. That one's kind of understandable because no one
Like
remembers.
no, yeah, like no one knows it, so that's fair.
Although the Netflix series ain't too bad.
Yeah, I hear the Netflix series is quite good. So I pulled up a Watch Mojo list. So as we know,
Easy
there's only
boy.
like two types of Watch Mojo's lists. It's
Man,
either
Easy
just
Boy only barely beat out Rave Master.
fucking
Moment
Reef.
Panic. Why is that on?
Yeah, I don't think
Also,
that's shown.
Gintama again.
Okay.
God,
Well,
this goes all the way to 88th place. And guess what's in last place?
what's that?
Fire Force.
Hilarious.
That's pretty dirty.
Heck.
Yeah, that
I
should
don't
be a
even
lot
like the
higher.
show, and I wouldn't put it that low. Especially not considering, you know, well, Rave
What's
Master
happened?
first of all.
I looked up Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
Yeah,
I remembered Jerry Jewell.
it's
Jerry
Psyche
Jewell.
K.
Yes.
So the first list I found is a much more general list of the top 10 most powerful attacks that are only used once. So it's very specific.
I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
So number 10, one of your all-time favorite attacks in anime, the blood-sucking plant from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Is that the one that kills the guy in the last round of the Dark Tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally like the most boring of Kurama's already boring fights.
Yeah.
So we're off to a great start.
Number 9 is Muscle Gravity from Ultimate Muscle. I don't know what that is. I know Ultimate Muscle. I actually really like that show. I don't know what Muscle Gravity is.
I don't know, but it's probably better than whatever Kurama just fucking did.
That's fair.
So,
I know what the Muscle Millennium is, but he does that a fuck ton.
it was probably just like a one-off version of one of his attacks. Not like super different, but different enough where Watch Mojo's like, we need something for this list. Because there ain't a ton of things that only get used once. Not from shows
Not
people
that
recognize
Omega
anymore.
Deuce isn't armed to the teeth, but so then we have the final stage from Big O.
Alright.
I haven't
I didn't watch
watched
a whole lot of Big O.
Same. Never liked it as a kid. Granted, I wasn't a big comic book fan as a kid. That would come much
I'm
later.
not a huge noir fan. Personal preference. It's
Yeah.
cool, don't get me wrong, but not a huge fan of it. Big exception, Batman, obviously. Come on, it's Batman.
Yeah. Which is what Big O is.
Yeah, it's Batman the animated anime.
Yeah. Just replace a bat suit with a giant fighting anime robot. Then we got so this one is fair. I actually agree with this one. Flame Commandment, Flame Emperor from One Piece. That of course was Ace's big fire sun spirit
the
bomb.
spirit bomb, but on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was neat.
Well, this is overpowered. This isn't like coolest. Well, not overpowered. This is just powerful anime attacks. So I don't know. I guess it's ones that they liked.
Yeah, that's always the problem with these kind of lists when you kind of put parameters around it. Like, is coolness the biggest factor, or is impact the biggest factor, or is like? Because let's be honest, if it's going by power, yeah, it was powerful, but it literally didn't work the only time he used it.
Yeah.
So, you know, kind of like Final Flashlight, yeah, it's a real fucking cool blur, but you know. It's cool.
It's cool. Also, pretty wild that Big Bang Attack and Final Flash is only done once in Dragon Ball Z in like the original series. Same with Galagun, actually.
No, because Cell used Galagon.
He does?
Yep. Second form.
Well,
Cell
he
uses,
technically
Vegeta.
uses the second form. Also, technically uses the Big Bang Attack, but they call it the Big Bang Crush because it's the Big Bang Attack but red.
Makes
Number
sense.
number 6, Dark Young from Overlord. I don't remember that one. Which one's Dark Young?
I don't know. Describe it. What is the description?
We all know that the Sorcerer King has no end to the top tier spells under his robe. One that has wiped out monsters and men instantly, combined with villain mentality and meticulous planning. Ainzul Gon was able to subjugate whole empires to his will. Though after seeing him unleash... Hold on. Yeah. Seeing
I've
him
also
unleash
never
this
seen
giant
children called
Lovecraftian
Sorcerer
tentacle goat demons. Oh, this is when he... This is a... I think it's actually in, like, German. It might just mean what they have listed. Yeah, that's when he turns that entire army
Yeah.
into literal black goo, and then they shapeshift into goat demons.
I mean, that's fair, but also that happened pretty recently in this show, so it's
Yeah, that was
hard to say
literally
he won't
the
do it
end of
again.
season 3.
Hard to say he won't do it again. It's kind of a cheap call there.
Yeah, I'd use Cry of the Banshee, honestly. You know, when he just makes a giant sonic yellow, like, glowing light blast that destroys everything.
Hell, I'd say the fucking, like, spell he used where he fucking switched to warrior class at the end of season 1 while fighting Shaltir
Yeah.
and starts, like, busting out weapons one after the other.
Oh,
I was gonna go with any of them.
the seals that literally hold his former members just weapons and classes in them and levels. He literally just becomes them for a small period of time.
Yeah. So, you know, I would have gone with that personally.
Crazy that those are only like S tier items too. They're not even world tier.
I mean, that's fair, but none of them were insanely overpowered. It was just the versatility of being able to switch between them.
Yeah. Number 5, I mean, absolutely, this should be on the list. Honestly, I think it should be higher. The United States of Smash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, yeah,
that's
we
like the
will...
first legitimately awesome one on this list.
Yeah, like, I think we really should never see it again, because that kind of sells how important that one scene is.
Also, Midoriya seems to be going with cities. So I'm waiting for Washington, D.C. Smash.
That'd be pretty great.
Tokyo Smash.
Well, because he has Manchester, which is
That's
in
a city in
England.
England.
Yeah,
And St. Louis.
which is in...
And Delaware, for that matter. And Detroit, which is technically All Might's move, but all of All Might's moves are states, so it's really weird that that one's in there.
Yeah, that one's a city.
Well, Delaware's a state, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
stupid.
Delaware's a state, yeah. So, no,
But
never
also
mind.
technically-
He just doesn't have a... They're just places. There's not really much more of a frame of reference.
But All Might went more for states, Midoriya seems to go more for cities.
Yeah.
And of his 2 unique smashes that he definitively came up with and used,
Yeah. Manchester and
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Doesn't he also do Delaware?
We never see All Might do that one, but it was kind of implied it was one of All Might's moves, I thought.
Wasn't that the wind attack?
Yeah.
Delaware? Yeah.
Well, it was, yeah, it's a finger flick from the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know why he clarified it as Air Force in the newest season, because, like, the move didn't change. He still just flicks air at people.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking definitely. In fact, yeah, should be higher. I already know one of the ones that's going to be on this list, and we'll get to it. I'm sure.
number 4 is Zero Hand from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, actually, that was about it too. The one that Netero uses, big old nuke.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one I feel like is cheating because it's just a variation, but number 3, the final Kamehameha, I feel like that's cheating from Dragon Ball Super because it's just a Kamehameha, even if it is technically combining the Final Flash with it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one there.
Number 2, Mugetsu from Bleach. That, of course, was the final Getsuka Tensho when he becomes even edgier somehow. Gets a nice dark bandage
the last two
closing.
definitely should have beat out that one. Jesus.
Shoots a wall of black, darkness, evil stuff.
Jesus Christ.
And finally, number 1, Super Tengen Toppa Giga Drill Break. This one's specifically from the movie. The lights in the sky are stars.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to gauge how much I agree with that. Because I'm like, okay, that, regardless of how you feel about it, I feel like that's a pretty fucking dope move.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. And I do think just it was distinctly.
I mean, it's not very
cool.
different from the one in the anime. It's the
Right.
same thing. He just keeps doing drills, and then like the drills break, and then the smaller one comes out, and yeah, that's absolutely one of the dopest fucking shit. So
Yeah.
like I fucking love that bit. It makes kind of a lot of the stupid bits before that very worth it for me.
So yeah. So I guess we can say definitively, Watch Mojo has better lists than Ranker.
See, Ranker was doing pretty good for a while. Watch Mojo, for one, once again, I would not put Bleach anywhere on that fucking list. Definitely not late Bleach. Early Bleach, sure, maybe. There are a billion other really cool attacks, but I guess ones that only get used once, hard to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't put that one on there.
I'm
In fact, that's actually like
I'm surprised we didn't
really-
have a single Naruto attack.
probably because like every attack Naruto uses, he spams the living shit out of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that we never see more than once.
I mean,
Because we see Kieran twice. Which is the one I thought of.
yeah, forgot about Kieran.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Hidden Lotus we saw a few times.
Yeah. Primary Lotus we saw a couple
Hey,
times.
what about the full 8 gates that Might Guy does against
Oh,
Madara?
Night Guy? I mean, it's kind of lame, actually, but, like, the form is dope. But in terms of the attack, Night Guy it's just a jump, it's just like a running kick. It's just the dynamic entry.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the more. God damn, the end of Naruto.
Yeah.
Like, all the 8 gates, we finally followed up on that, except, with Guy instead of Lee, who just
Yeah.
takes Lee's place because there's not a reason why Guy just takes Lee's place in the show. And don't get me wrong, I like Guy, but, I liked Lee. Still kind of bitter about that, nearly 20 years later. 15.
Oh, you guys.
Still pretty fucking bitter.
Well,
But
done.
Night Guy's better than a lot of that fucking garbage on that list.
Fair.
So, Watch
Ah.
Mojo only actually put like 3 or 4 actual good items on that list. Like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't fucking put goddamn Ace's big old fireball on there because it's kind of stupid from the beginning, and then it doesn't do anything.
Fair.
So, it's like Final Flash, but boring. At least Final Flash was sick as fuck before we found out it didn't do anything.
Flash. Don't you love that they just kind of Dragon Ball just kind of forgot about the fact that they're so powerful they literally shake the planet?
I mean, I assume because at a certain point they're like, well, no, because Super brought it up. Because, Goku decided to, nearly destroy the planet just to fucking show off to future Trunks.
Yeah, that was so cool, though.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Also, I want to say something very funny. So my dad, big Dragon Ball Z fan. He doesn't care for what he's watched. He doesn't care for Dragon Ball very much, but loves Z.
Fair.
So
and they are very different.
Yes, they're very different. So he decided, you know what? I am going to check out Super, and then I'm going to check out GT, because technically in chronological order they sort of do that, but obviously they contradict each other, and there's like some questionable what's canon and what's not. Regardless, the point is he wanted to watch it in the technical order.
So we skipped the beginning altogether. I mean, that's fair. That being said, if I was going to do what he was doing, dude, fucking send him back to, like, I don't know, the second World Martial Arts Tournament of Dragon Ball. Don't start from the beginning. Just start there, because then you go into the shit that actually turns into Z.
Yeah.
Like, if you like Z, you'll probably like the Piccolo fight. Chances are.
That's fair.
Like, both Piccolo fights, for that matter.
But put simply, he decided he's going to go back, check out all of Super and GT. So he watched Super, finished all of it. He thought it was pretty good. He liked it. Didn't really have much in terms of what he disliked or liked about it. Just said, yeah, I liked it. That was pretty much all I got out of him for it. So like, fair enough. Sure. So I was like, okay, so I'll check out. So he decided to start GT. So he watched it. To clarify, he watched the first episode. He got halfway through the second and dropped it. Did not like it. Said he already is like, yeah, he's like,
Although I'm surprised because, dude, fucking the first few episodes of Super nearly broke Mark.
Oh, the first two arcs, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Dude, by the
but
third
I can't blame
episode,
him, man.
He was already done. Now I realize that it's the worst that Super gets. It's those first two arcs.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Nevertheless.
It's alright. Next, he's got the Future Trunks arc. Actually, no, he's got the Universe 6 arc. Then it's the Jelly Vegeta arc. Then it's the Future Trunks arc. I don't think
he's gonna fucking consider that a whole video's worth.
No, he'll probably combine the Universe 6 and Jelly Vegeta arcs. Then the Future Trunks arc, then it's because it's called the Tournament of Power, but I think the arc is called the Universe Survival arc.
Yeah. Also, there's that whole like 10 episodes of bullshit before the tournament. Not the stuff where they're recruiting people. The actual full 10 episodes of just random shit like Arale showing up.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's the Slice of Life episodes. Those are great. Holy shit. The Arale episode.
Like the bits where I had fun with Super for the first time.
Yeah, the Arale episode is great, and I think though a lot of people hated it, I actually kind of liked the little Slice of Life Gohan Videl episodes.
I would have liked them if they didn't look like dog shit. Like, actually, those are some of the few episodes that are actually just entirely, for me, held back by the fact that they look like dog shit.
Yeah, but that was the only time I actually, cared about their relationship.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's really sad that Z dropped the ball so hard on their relationship, because it started
on all the relationships, you mean?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Because Akira Toriyama, in his own words, says he cannot write love stories or relationships in general, or females actually.
In a fair amount.
Yeah, or female characters.
Which is weird because some of his female characters are actually entertaining characters.
Yeah, for the most part, they're just not in the show.
Aside from Bulma, who is pivotal to both Dragon Ball and Super.
I also
Also, really weird coming off a show that's titular character was a woman, well, girl.
Oh, which one? Oh, Arale. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, not titular character. I'm sorry. One of them. I don't know. Sorry, Doctor Slump. Which no, it was not a woman, but yeah, Arale was the main character and was definitely female.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's 3:30 in the morning, so I'm getting a little fucking stupid.
Same. But we'll close it with the rest of this list real quick. So this, I found one more, and I thought this one would be more interesting. This is the top 10 anime power awakening scenes. This is, of course, the scene where someone, like, gets their big powers. I would assume for the first time. Would be my guess.
Interesting. I guess it's slightly different from transformations, but I feel like it's going to amount to the same thing.
Potentially.
Alright,
so the first one is Echoes Awakens from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. You'll have to clarify, I don't know who that is, because I never watched part 4.
Echoes is, God, what's his name? He's one of the supporting characters who discovers his stand throughout the series. Honestly, it's fine. I don't find it super interesting. Koichi, there we go.
Oh, Koichi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of Koichi. But this is, to be fair, only number 10.
That's fair. Yeah, it's Koichi's stand.
Okay. So this is when Koichi first gets his stand.
It's
Number
fine.
9 is Projection in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works.
You got me there. I didn't watch Blade Works.
I also have not watched Blade Works. So, sure. I'll take their word for it in that case.
I pretty sure I mentally blocked my memories of the original Fate Stay Night.
I mean, that's what Unlimited Blade Works is. This is just a remake of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I did technically watch the original, but fuck, was it so bad? I just kinda,
Oh
like,
god, the zone from Kuroko no Basket. You know, when the
I mean, it's kind of cool.
when the players realize they have actual, real superpowers when they play basketball.
I mean, it's really dumb in where it goes, but the idea is cool.
Oh my god. I heard about the scene where... So Kuroko's special ability is, of course, that he is so, like, quiet that he essentially is undetectable, making him theoretically invisible. But... during one game, he uses the opposite, where he becomes so noticeable the rest of his team become invisible. Which makes no fucking sense. I'm so confused.
Again, I get the idea. The idea is that, oh yeah, he just kind of starts standing out so he's distracting the other players from the rest
It's
of the
just
team. I get
not
the
how
concept.
it's described at all. It's
No, because it's
outright,
shonen, so it has to be outrageous.
yeah, it's
That's a
outright
big problem with
described
Kuroko. It
as
starts out-
superpowers.
It starts out in a pretty reasonable spot and just gets fucking silly later on.
Yeah. Number 7. You know what? I'm going to give him this one because I've seen this scene and it is actually spectacular. It is Obito awakening to the Mangekyo Sharingan. That is, of course, the scene where he sees Kakashi murder Rin, which causes him to just start freaking the fuck out because he's been captured and held hostage this entire time. And this is the first thing he sees when he escapes.
And also survived, having half his body literally crushed.
Yeah. After that, he just goes into a blind rampage, killing Rain Village Ninja. And it is actually a very powerful and well done scene.
Yeah, Obito and Kakashi's story is probably the only leg that the last arc stands on.
Yeah. And that's like the literal, like, most important part of it.
Aside from arguably its climax.
Yeah, which is just done spectacularly.
Yes. But I don't remember too much of that one, so I'll just kind of have to give it to you there.
The first smash from My Hero Academia. That is still a pretty fucking great scene.
Oh,
no,
sorry, Midoriya's first smash.
Yeah, when Midoriya leaps and that scene is fucking fantastic. Clench your butt cheeks and scream this from the bottom of your heart. It is honestly such a great scene. And it's just animated so beautifully. Like, if you feel this gigantic fucking robot, and you feel the force of it just falling apart from one fierce fucking punch.
Yeah, also sound design in that seems great. Yeah. The sound effect from Midoriya's jump.
Yeah. Oh, I just love how they draw it out, like the distortion of him, like to show the motion with his like legs and stuff flying up into the air. Not to mention, it's fucking sold even better just because of like just the build up of him essentially being powerless and like, you know, cute girl gets in trouble and now he has to be a hero.
That is literally my only problem with that scene. It's like, really?
Yes, really, because he's a hero. He can only use his powers to protect
women.
Yeah, but like, come on, dude. She's good looking. She's like best girl, bro. She's a good looking girl.
Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is damsel in distress, really. Hercules was making fun of that shit like 20 years before that show came out.
Yeah, but it was still pretty dope. It's tried and true method, bro.
Come on. Also, Aoyama's best girl, thank you.
Oh my god. When my cousin told me that, I thought that was so fucking hilarious.
Oh, for one, no, I didn't know he told you that, so that's pretty fucking funny right there.
He said clearly, you're like, no, dude, everyone's wrong. The best girl. Why does no one talk about the chick with the belly button laser? And I was like, you mean Aoyama? I was like, I mean, sure, I guess, but like, he's a dude. It's like literally the meme. He's a dude, so it's out.
But fucking Aoyama's actually like one of my favorite romance characters in that show.
Yeah.
Like, he and Midoriya actually have like the most believable friendship later on. Like, they just kind of
uncomfortable and awkward.
Yeah, but like later on they really end up just becoming just randomly tight friends. Yeah, at first it's weird and awkward, but also a lot of first friendships, especially in high school, are weird and awkward.
Very potentially.
Like, so, you know, fair enough. But it's kind of fun seeing these two dorks just kind of pal around.
That's fair.
So what's next?
Next we got number 5, Coordinator from Attack on Titan. You'll have to clarify, I don't know what that means.
Coordinator?
That's what it says.
What is the description?
In spite of his skills as a member of the Survey Corps, as well as the ability to turn into a Titan, Eren yet again finds himself robbed of everything, following the death of Hans by the same monster that killed his mother. Instead of succumbing to despair, Eren is imbued with newfound determination thanks to Mikasa's heartfelt confession, leading him to unleash a final scream of defiance. Turns out said scream was the trigger required for the dormant power as the Coordinator to awaken, allowing him to take control of every rabid Titan in the area and then use them as his personal attack dogs. Now that's what you call sweet revenge. Apparently it was like when he already had the Titan power.
I forgot about that because, one, I kind of forgot about Season 2 altogether. Two, that fucking confession goes like nowhere in the next season.
A confession of what?
It says Mikasa's heartfelt confession, I believe you stated.
Yeah. Why does his sister want to have sex with him? Well, like, what the fuck's going on?
That's not his sister.
I thought it was his sister. I thought that was like the whole point.
No.
Are you reading
his
your
family took her in
fanfiction?
shortly before the whole family died.
So she's down to hook up with his fosters. So they're step siblings, so it's fine. I got
kind
you.
of, I guess. The
I mean,
implication
that-
is it was not very long before everyone just died, so... But, yeah, sure. I don't know. Fucking... I'm not gonna try to fucking throw anything in there, that's a whole bag of I don't want to deal with that. So we'll just put that aside and just talk about, yeah, I guess that's cool.
The
I would've just
Conqueror's
actually put the
hockey.
Titan transformation up there.
Yeah.
But
The Conqueror's hockey from One Piece.
is that actually the next one on the list, or are you just pointing out
No,
that it's the same?
that's the next one.
Oh, okay, so the same thing, but again,
Yeah. Of course, Conqueror's hockey scene. That scene is dope, by the way. They finally come back from the New World. He's in like this huge crowd of people who claim to be the Straw Hat Pirates. And then all of a sudden just a wave appears and then everyone in the area just passes out.
very similar thing. Yeah, that's dope. Although that's, if I remember right, he showed it off first in the Saving Ace arc. So I guess that's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the scene we're talking about. That's when he actually discovers it.
That's right, I remember that.
Otherwise, it wouldn't constitute an awakening scene, since he obviously knew how to use it by the first arc of the New World, or first bit of the New World.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. Not much to say there.
No, not really. It's just pretty dope.
What's next then?
Ah.
Oh, excuse me.
Gon's True Power. Oh, no, sorry, I skipped one. Number 3, The Hollow Within. So it's the first time Ichigo became like the Vestido Lorde. Like went full hollow-fied.
Oh, when they literally did the whole scene from the Chapter Black arc again. Literally the same fucking scene, almost fucking play by play.
Yep. That one.
Yeah. Go back and watch that scene now you've seen Yu Yu Hakusho the full way through. It's literally the same fucking thing. Right down to he's upset that he won without actually having control of himself. Except with none
I'm
of the
glad
character
he
motivation.
was a big fan.
Yeah. So that's terrible and shouldn't be on this list. Next.
Number 2 is Gon's True Power.
That's not really an awakening scene per se. I assume this. Wait, which scene is this specifying?
Ah, kids these days, always in a hurry to grow up. Though, in most cases, it wouldn't be for the sole purpose of gaining enough power to punch the shit out of an evil cat boy girl. After
Okay,
discovering...
no, that's that one.
Yeah, it's when he became
Yeah, no, that's
grown
not really
up.
a discovery. That's literally him using. That's actually more appropriately a move that he only used once.
Punching? Because he just punches.
But no, it's. Yeah, no, I assume the transformation is more what they're specific in talking about in this scene. Like, and that's not his true power, was literally him abusing the rules of how Nen works to become super powered for a very short bit. It's not a true power thing. It is a more of a hidden lotus thing than anything.
And finally, number 1.
What is it?
The transformation into Super Saiyan 2. From Gohan.
I mean, generic but fair.
I mean, like we said, it's either obscure or it's predictable.
No, actually, most of these were just bad or literally inapplicable. Non-applicable. Like the Gon thing is just straight up non-applicable. That's not something he discovered. He always could do that. It was just not a good idea to do it. Nen has the power system of Nen in Hunter x Hunter is a very give and take relationship. If you want super overpowered bullshit, you have to kind of make a deal to do it, like an oath of sorts. So it fucks you over royally if you do it. Like Kurapika with all his cool chains and stuff. To get that power, he had to bind himself to an oath that said that like the more powerful abilities that he has can only be used against specific people, and if he tries to use it against anyone else, he will die immediately.
Fair.
So that's not a discovery. That's literally just abusing the rules and eating the consequences. That's really fucking stupid.
But yeah, so our closing statements for the dump
They're both.
is they're both terrible, but Ranker's probably worse.
It's hard to say, but yeah. Rankers also just went on a lot longer. It's a lot easier to give Watch Mojo slack when they only have 10. Ranker literally had 88.
And somehow they duplicated like 12 of them and still had them misplaced.
Yes. So, you know.
But join us again for the next dump. We definitely have more stuff we'd like to talk about with you guys.
Yeah.
So, with that, don't forget to stay lucky. And as always, we'll see you at the next one.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Oop.